Hey there, Silvertongue Devil here, and in this live stream we're going to be looking at Neon Squad Tactics. Once again, we have 3 keys to give away for this one tonight. So, we've already featured this game on the channel once, and I did a reasonably lengthy playthrough. We didn't get round to actually having a look at the multiplayer because I didn't have anybody available, and now some people own the game, probably no thanks to me, and I've got the ability to bring some people in to show the multiplayer off, so for what you can expect. So first off, what is this game? So it's another one of these VR style board games. It is with all like live action pieces and the various bits and pieces. Think Demio in its graphics and in its stylings, I suppose, or its play stylings, and then shoe in a cyberpunk futuristic aesthetic. This is, instead of magic and sword and sorcery, we have gunplay. Although there are hand-to-hand combat weapons in this, I haven't made any builds with that in mind. Probably best not to do what those holographic robots are doing. We'll just try and ignore them for now, or maybe come to that later. So, I've been playing this game a fair amount now. This is your entire roster of characters. There's not a massive lot of difference between them. The different characters come from different corporations within this futuristic setting. Some are just better variants than others, some are heavier versions, some are lighter versions, but they all think corporations, think houses, and this is our upgrade tree. Now you'll see that I've upgraded everything so that everything is available, but I haven't got it all to maximum level yet. That's something that we'll be looking at doing and showing off tonight. So there's a decent amount of depth, strategy and tactics in what you do here. However, if you're anything like me, you'll work out what you need fairly quickly, which again we'll be covering. One of the things, because of how this game looks on the outside, i.e. with this guy, and the thumbnail for the actual game, I don't know about you, but I like my board games reasonably serious. I don't want cartoon characters and various bits and pieces. I want juggernauts and ghosts and hard light assassins and that sort of ilk. Maybe the odd wildcat here and there. I don't want goop, all right? And I'm happy to say that there's characters available, but he ain't going to be coming in my team. So the way the game works, you will be going on a mission in a minute and you pick your squad. Each of your individual characters can often have, but not always, a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, 2 passives, 3 gadgets, and you can also change up your end turn thing for a gadget. So instead of an end turn button, you have a gadget on end turn, which is quite nice because if you accidentally end turn, you might actually get something out of it. And it also saves cluttering it up with end turn or an ability that you use at the end of the turn. It just saves you forgetting. The different corporations, as I've said, have different properties. So you have Pharaoh 26, which, that's right, you guessed it, they're the flame weapon guys. You have Gen X, they're the swarm weapon guys. Well, I'll come on to those in a minute, but this is DPS. Swarm I haven't played a lot with. You have Physic, which are your just standard damage, nothing special but heavy hitting. Hydrogen is your acid, which is how you take armor off of enemies, and then Pulsar is your light or electrify, I suppose, or shock, and that's how you take shield off of things. Doesn't make a lot of sense at the moment, but it will very soon. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick spin through the tutorial, and so that I've taken you through basic training so you know what the heck I'm talking about.
First day on the job? Don't worry.
I got the tutorial, don't worry. I do find that the person that does the voiceovers is I close her down quite quickly. To be fair, I've heard all of these anyway. So first things first, tutorial. This is the table for where you get your team ready for your mission. So as I said, a lot of the prep is done there and there, building your characters and getting that, if you're playing it single player, getting that perfect team composition, be it one that is heavily pushed towards a specific trait, or a team that can handle everything, or somewhere in between, or a really bad team. I've done those as well. So we pick the character that we're going to use. When you have everything unlocked, you'll have this board full, and each of those little stations are for other players as well, and then they have their full board. If you have, you can take up to 4 squad members in normal missions, and each player will be able to play with their unlocked thing, but somebody like me can help everybody unlock all of their bits and pieces as well. You simply drop your character into the dropship area to ready up and be using that character and ready, which is nice. It's a nice little VR thing. You just throw in your character into the mix. There's some other things that we get to do with that later, but we'll explain that as we get there.
Good work, operator. Now
So-
let's make sure the table's neural interface is synced up with your training rig. To deploy the floor model, take a look at the menu above your wrist. You should see the floor model there. Pick it up and place it on the highlighted tile on the map.
Again, this I like. They could have gone with pointer. You can use pointer in this. You'll those of Demio ilk will be happy to know that we have the whole grab and pull system, and I believe it's also the same on the old rotate as well. So you'll be nice and familiar.
Pick it up. A number of highlighted tiles will appear, indicating the unit's movement range. Place your floor model on one of the highlighted tiles to complete the move.
Pick up. Place.
Take another look at the menu above your wrist. The wrist menu shows you your combat abilities. Grab the icon for the training pistol, aim it at the drone, and release the trigger to fire. You'll see
Stop
a
it!
health bar deplete pretty fast when you shoot it.
So here's our wrist menu, which is basically locked to you at all times. If we get down to floor level, you can see the sort of thing. One of the things that I will say for this game is, especially in the later levels as well, I know some of you are into the 40k side of things, a lot of the later levels in this scream Necromunda. It's all like gangways and very Hive-esque looking things, but it's cyberpunk, not 40, cyberpunk. So we pick our training pistol, we aim it at the enemy that we want to fire at, know how the unit actually turns and moves, so you've got a pretty good idea that you're going in the right direction, and then when you are ready to take your shot, you release. I mean, it was quite pathetic shot, but, you know, right, Chris?
We've sent in another drone, but this one has armor. Armor reduces the damage of each shot that hits the unit. The floating bar above the drone now indicates its remaining health, while the number to the right of the shield icon is its armor. Try shooting the armored drone with your training pistol.
So this is where I suppose the little bit of complexity that the actual combat has comes in, where you have armor values. Armor values will reduce incoming damage. However, acid weaponry destroys armor. Oh, right, okay, yeah. It wants me to show that that just took armor off because that was a physical.
Lucky for you, operator, your training rig has a few tricks of its own. Acid weapons strip off enemy armor every time they hit a target. When you hit an enemy with an acid weapon, you'll see its armor rating decrease. Try using your training rig's acid pistol to finish off the armored drone.
So, as you can see, acid melts through armor. One of the things that is quite cool about this, the way this works, and something that we'll be looking at later on the multiplayer, is you do have to use an element of teamwork, because if you can imagine, if you all go in with similar style weaponry as regards to damage, then if you come up against it, like if you're going with acid weaponry and you come up against shielded opponents, well, your team's a bit fucked then, isn't it? You can like force damage in a lot of circumstances as well, but to be efficient, you need to be using the right damage at the right time, and you can't carry it all, or at least your character won't be very good if you attempt to carry it all.
Complicated. This drone has a barrier. A unit barrier is indicated by the rectangular pips to the right of its health bar. Each barrier pip can block a single shot. Try using your acid pistol to take it out.
So we can see these little, so you'll have armor here. These pips after the life bar indicate barrier. These little pips here indicate how many action points the unit has. So if we use our acid pistol on this guy, it'll literally drop one barrier off for it and no damage.
Acid isn't going to do the job. Don't worry, your training rig has just the thing.
Now the other thing,
deal some damage for a barrier and strip barrier pips twice as fast. Select the shock pistol from your wrist menu and try using it on the barrier drone.
Now this is where initially I was like, well then why aren't I using barrier? And that's where the hologram characters come in. I'd highly recommend using them early doors, because a lot of the enemies that you go up against just can't deal with barrier. The beauty of barrier is, unless people are using shock against you, it won't strip it efficiently, and the shock weapons still do a decent amount of standard damage as well. The other thing is, barrier, unless you've been hit by shock weaponry, comes back every turn. Armor's all well and good in this game, and you can get a ton of armor on your units, but as armor is stripped and depleted by all weaponry, and especially acid weaponry, it doesn't come back, or you have to do things to come back. Shields come back automatically, but as I said, if you get hit by zap weaponry, not only does it strip the shields, but it will stop them. That's what this short circuit is, or that's what I found out this short circuit represents, is how many turns we have of him not regenerating his barrier. Let's finish him off. I don't think it mentions that in the tutorial. It's in the menus though.
Okay, operator. Time to test what you've learned. This drone is a tough one. It has both armor and a barrier. You'll need to use your acid and shock pistols to take it out. For a tip, operator, barrier applies before armor. You've got this.
That is worth noting as well. That is probably one of the most important things you can know about this game. Barrier before armor. I mean, it makes sense, really. You got to cut through the shields before you start attacking the juicy center. So in that circumstance, we need to use shock to strip shields, represented by the pips on the end. We then need to use acid to strip armor. That's our two actions used. End turn. And then we go again. We've got infinite turns at this point here, because we're just in the training side of things.
Time to get serious, operator. That's a lot of drones. Thankfully, your training rig has a gadget equipped. Gadgets are powerful abilities, but usually have a cooldown before they can be used again. Your training rig is equipped with a grenade. Grenades deal high damage in a small area. Select the training grenade from your wrist menu and try to aim it so that it takes out all the drones.
So this is something that's very cool as well, is the environments are never going to be on the... I mean, I suppose even Demios are only on the table scale. This one is a slightly more compacted battlefield than what you would have. Thank you, Von. We'll see about giving the key away in just a moment. I'll just finish up this, and then we'll go into the next part of the training, and we'll do the giveaway there. So here's our grenade going in. A regular Von tactic, that one.
Alright, operator. Looks like the neural interface is all synced up. Time to see what you can do. I've sent in some more drones, and these ones have their combat protocols engaged.
So, normal, nothing special, nothing special,
which you can use to move,
armored.
attack with a weapon, or activate a gadget. You can see your unit's health and remaining actions in the floating box above the floor model's head. The light green bar represents the floor model health, and the white diamonds indicate its remaining actions. Finish off the drones to complete your basic training.
You can, instead of just picking up the model and moving as well, you do have the ability to pull the sprint from here, so you don't have to come down and pick the models up every time. You can play this from your wrist, but you can do a lot of the movement and the placement in other ways. Let's drop a grenade there. That finishes off those two. There is a cover system in this. We'll come to that later on. There is also obviously line of sight as well. For instance, that guy's going to have to move to be able to shoot me instead of just sitting there and shooting me twice. This guy's got... Ow. Oh yeah, sure, just spawn in and shoot me. We're not going to die here. But we need to use acid on that one because he's got armor. And then we will... Normally, a physical weapon, one that just does physical damage and nothing special, would do more damage, but for the tutorial purposes, it's exactly the same damage as these. So we'll just hit him with the acid pistol again and get him out of there. You wouldn't... we'll have to try that then. Well, this is obviously in solo, but, yeah.
Great work, operator. That's all for basic training. When you're ready,
might be just... Might...
Advanced training to complete your initiation.
Might be just this. Right. So, we'll do the second part of the training whilst we are doing the giveaway. So... If you would like to win a copy of Neon Squad Tactics for the Quest 3, I will require cocktails in the chat now, please. So for those of you who need these giveaways, pop the emoji when I ask into the chat. That enters you for this draw and this draw alone. We've got 3 separate draws tonight, so make sure you put the cocktail glasses in as I ask for them. The other thing that you can do that really helps us for getting the keys out to winners and can also help you in being notified for other giveaways, because at the moment they're all I seem to be doing, is if you join the Discord, which I'm sure it'll be in the description, but I'm sure Von will post it in the chat for us. If you join the Discord, it just allows us to give you the keys a heck of a lot easier. So, and just seeing as we're getting all these cocktail classes, this is a feature that I rarely remember to talk about, and a lot of the time it's because I've got my team exactly where I want and can completely overpower the table. But if things started going awry, you can spend credits to buy a cocktail which has various effects. You can then pour that onto the table, be it for enemies, instantly kills all enemies with 100 or less health in a small area. This one releases a blast of electricity, dealing 50 shock damage and stripping a large amount of barrier from targets in a small area. And so you would pour that onto enemies or friends on the board to do the business. You get 3 of those per level across your team. Again, I very rarely remember to do them because I've usually destroyed whatever it is they put on the table. However, missions have started getting harder at the stage that I am at. So, whilst you are all doing that, I will carry on with the tutorial, just so we're all on the same page, and at the very least as well, it means you'll be able to go, yep, I get it, I can breeze through the tutorial. The other thing as well, and I think this is quite important, is As you all probably know, games, and you should always exercise your right as well, games can be refunded as long as you play them for less than 2 hours and own them for less than 14 days, with pretty much no quibbles. I've never had any problems with mine, and I've even gone over the days and the hours by a little bit. Then you kind of have to argue the toss. If I can get the tutorial out of the way, you can get straight into the guts of the game if you were to do that, and then you can make your own decisions, because whether I like a game or not, you should always make your own decisions. Strange that, isn't it?
Welcome back, operator.
So, we'll finish this bit, and then we'll call a halt to proceedings on the first giveaway. This one as well is from another game that I've been meaning to play for a very long time, and I'll give it a key for Tabletop Tales, the Crooked Crown. What a fantastic little game that was, and this is from the same developers. I actually found out, if you haven't watched the Table of Tales stream, I went on for a little bit longer than intended to get it completed in one hit. It still took us like 5.5 hours, and there's choices, and some of those choices, especially the early ones, affect the rest of the entire playthrough. And this is from the same people. I also found out that Table of Tales preceded Demio. So, if anything, Demio got their inspiration from Table of Tales. I thought it was the other way around, if I'm honest. So, anyway, let's get this one underway. So, now we have 2 characters. As you can see, they're a little pissed. Just chuck them onto the table there to get us in for our next part of the tutorial. As I said, there's not a lot to get to the combat, I don't think.
Operator, time to deploy your units to the combat simulation. Start by deploying the floor model X to the highlighted tile.
That is also quite right, Ron. Good, well remembered.
And placing it on one of the
I should have mentioned that. Is it that one you wanted first? I wasn't really listening. Nope. That one. Thanks! So we have our X and our Y. I hope you get the skin for the Y, actually, but there you go.
Your face in this simulated combat scenario are going to be tough, so it's time for you to learn about cover. Cover tiles are indicated by shields.
My memory is crap, it is known.
Moving a unit into cover grants it 5 bonus armor against enemy attacks. Try moving your floor model X to the highlighted cover tile.
It's the only thing that I kind of disagree with on this game, is that when you are in cover, if you are flanked, the cover still counts. I'm used to, you know, if you get into cover and are outflanked, you know, you kind of, there's no point you being in that cover anymore. But a lot of the time, the games don't even go on long enough for you to get outflanked. You move into position, you take your cover, and you just destroy the entire area with everything that you have. So, but we will move into cover, and as you'll see,
the model is in cover. It should be fairly safe from enemy attack. Time to take out some drones. Use your floor model shock rifle to take out the barrier drone.
So we now have a rifle. The rifle is actually doing the same amount of damage as the pistol, but you'll see it has ×2. And it has a higher range as well. One of the things that I've found out as I've been playing, it should have been fairly obvious, I suppose it was, but it didn't quite work as intended. The weapons that do multiple shots, like the chain guns and miniguns and bits and pieces later on in the game, they apply their effects multiple times. They are classed as heavier weaponry, so you'd expect as much when you get these times things. But that then, it needs to be something that you assimilate into your tactics and strategy. Now, what do we know here? Armor, shield. So we'll shoot the barrier drone. I mean, it wants us to anyway. And that completely stripped the barrier and the health of the weapon, of the drone.
There is still plenty of enemies standing, including the big guy with the minigun.
Hmm.
Better get the floor model Y into cover as well.
Coming!
Now that the other unit is safe, use its acid rifle to take out that armor drone.
So, one of the things that I have said previously about this one is range, i.e. snipers, mortars, rocket launchers, are kind of king on this.
This guy looks really angry. Time to see how well your cover holds up.
Hey! But that's also, this is part of the reason why I don't like her. Who actually says lol? That
Time for you to learn a little more about gadgets.
really annoys me.
Can turn the tide of a tough fight, but most of them have a cooldown before you can use them again. Try disabling the robot on his powers with a floor model X's stun grenade.
So, stun grenades strip enemies of their turn, but you do have a cooldown, so you can't... Yeah, boomers don't say lol, it's the younger generation that do it. Or at least I'd like to hope so, anyway. Right, let's take out that barrier dude over bar. Good, outstanding stuff. And then hopefully our Y model's got the acid rifle still.
Time for the floor model Y to use some acid. Melt that armor drone with the acid rifle before it recovers.
Doing it. Perfect. Bet. Nice one, Op. Hello, Op. We're in the middle of a giveaway for you after this one, by the way. Make cocktail glasses. I'll call an end probably before the tutorial because there's a bit more to go.
See that? Stunned enemies don't get a turn. Pretty handy. There are all kinds of status effects you can use, so be sure to master them all. Watch out though, enemies can apply status effects too. But not if they're dead. Use the shock rifle to finish off the training juggernaut.
Boom. Easy job.
Great work, operator. Looks like that's the welcoming committee dealt with. Go ahead and move your floor model X towards the activation console. That console is still ages away, but your floor model Y has just the gadget for the job. Go ahead and move it over to the floor model X. Your floor model Y has the Haste and Fusion gadget. The Haste status grants an ally one extra action on their turn. Go ahead and grant the floor model X Haste, so that it can reach the console next turn.
So this is one of the quite a lot of elements where you can start building up teams that focus around things and also start making use of things to overpower particular members within your team. So for instance, we can use this to give our other unit an additional point, an additional action point, which then means that they can make 3 movements, I think. Yeah, 3 actions.
Fighting everything on the map. Move your floor model X closer to the console.
So now we can go 1.
Almost there, operator. Keep going.
Ladders are definitely a thing. You need to use the ladders to go up a flight. There are abilities. You get leap abilities. I haven't seen anything like grapple hook abilities. I was not particularly happy that you couldn't like get up here. Some of the later levels though, as you go through, the verticality starts getting actually quite stupid in some of them.
Nice work, operator. Your floor
Thanks.
X has reached the console.
Right, end it there, Von, because there's a little bit left of this.
Some mission objectives are interactable. Moving adjacent to them enables a special interaction ability. Use the activate ability on the console.
I mean, to be fair, Chris, I'd rather talk to somebody than message them, but yeah, there you go. weird generation. So I can see where they're coming from, but it's then like a one-way conversation. My favourite kind. So we interact with the console, and that's our objective completed.
Oh no, that behemoth probably hits like a truck, and your floor model Y is right in harm's way. Not a problem, there's a gadget for that. End turn abilities are special gadgets that end your turn early, and grant you a special bonus based on your unspent actions that turn. Your floor model Y has the Defense Protocol ability, which grants it a point of barrier for each unspent action it has. Use the Defense Protocol on the floor model Y.
Well done, Mr. Fish. So, as far as Defense Protocol is concerned, this is one of those that ends the turn, and the more action points you have, the more effective it is. So if we moved and then did it, we'd only get 1 action point into it, but this will get 2 on us. And so, as you can see, we've now added some barrier to our floor model Y, which his rocket is super ineffective against.
Easy. Your floor model Y survived without a scratch thanks to the barrier from its Defense Protocol. You've done great, Operator. Now it's time for a victory lap. Use what you've learned to take that behemoth down.
Hello, K2. Is K2 in? Yeah. Back early. Good girl. Right, let's move to here. We'll pop a stun on. And then we'll move up to... It doesn't really matter, but we need to get into range. So, another thing that I was concerned about with this game is there's no sort of like... With this sort of game, I would expect kind of like percentage chance to hits. And then, like, you know, getting absolutely mugged off a la XCOM, where it's like, yeah, 99% chance that's going to hit, mate, except for you. You're that 1%. So you don't have any of that. Everything is automatically going to hit. So this isn't one of those RNG take your chances kind of combat games. It's one of those do the math, because we all love math, right? Everybody loves math. So, boss in. So, this is the part that I don't like, is that if I take cover there, I get the cover, even though that's not working, is it? The hedge is here. What, are you going to shoot at the hedge? No. So, that's my small concern. But again, doesn't matter. You've usually destroyed everything by then anyway, so... Can we give him... Oh, no, we're on cooldown. So we'll just pump the damage across. And then we'll get that one underway. Ah, area of effect weapons, eh? One of the things that I have noticed, a lot of the enemies in this game that have area of effect weapons, they don't care if they hit themselves with it. So you can just close the distance and they'll blow themselves up. So... Which is, again, it's another strategy, another tactic. If your team has a composition where they can kind of go toe-to-toe with those things, and there's ways to do that, that's a way. That is a way.
Nice work. You've completed Leon's training protocol, and are now a fully qualified operator. Time to
Sounds amazing.
Squad. There are 5 different corporations that run Ultra City, who will provide you with powerful weapons and gadgets, and even new agents for your squad, for a price. We've credited you enough shares to rank up your standing with 2 corporations and recruit their respective agents. Head over to the research tree and see which ones you like. While you're at it, you could spend some credits on a couple of new weapons or gadgets. You can never have too much firepower.
Well, ahead of you. She's not wrong. So, here we have the guts of the game. Now, unfortunately, I could I think I found a way to reset my progress, but I don't want to do that. I've put the hours in here. Come on now. So I can at least show you off a little bit about what this game is without showing too much off. Is the plan. Anyway, when you first start the game, none of the corporations are unlocked, and you get a small amount of shares and credits. This is where the choices begin. Now, my advice, as much as I hate the hydrogen character, or one of them anyway, I can't remember what the other one is, actually. Hate's such a strong word. Loathe. Loathe the hydrogen cat. Oh, the other one's the wildcat. Wildcard's good. So, the advice that I would give is acid and shock. And the reason being is because this is armor damage, this is shield damage, and those are the only two kinds of things that you will come up, at least for the early game, and a lot of the time the initial enemies don't even have shield or armor, but at least you're prepared for it when they do. Now, what that means, I mean, you go for which you want. The early missions you're not going to struggle with. One of the things that you can do is if you find a mission that you can do particularly well and have a decent composition for, you can replay it over and over again. Now, this was one of the concerns that various reviewers, or, well, yeah, they didn't just rate it, they reviewed the game, had, is that they could, like, just play the same level over and over and over again to get your various bits and pieces going. No, you can't at the moment, K2, but I'm hoping that they will add that, because I think that's a good shout, because it allows you to start the game differently and see how you do with the knowledge that you now have. And I'll tell you, if you played through this game and then started it again, you'd blast through it even faster, because knowledge is key in a game like this. I can give you two of the major things that you need to know: acid and shock. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say acid and shock, mainly shock. So, because shields are a pain to deal with. Armor at least can be taken down via other means, but shields, I mean, they can be taken down, but they can't be stripped semi-permanently by other means. Now, so what we're going to do is we'll go on to the first mission. The way that these missions work, you can play them in easy, medium, or hard. The different levels multiply the shares, cash, and extras that you get. Chips you need in addition to cash for the first tier of upgrades, and then later on you'll need other things of these. So there's it's basically a way of them staggering the progress. You can't just sit on these first missions, get really good at them, and unlock everything within the game. You actually have to do some progress at some point. But if you're the sort of person that, like me, wants to be completely over-prepared for everything that you come up against, then yeah, play the same missions a few times, get those level ups, get the team composition going. The other important piece of advice that I can give you is get enough shares so that you can unlock at least 4 companies, and the reason being is because you can take 4 operatives into any mission. There are no disadvantages for taking 4 operatives into a mission, and the advantages are more turns, more action points, and so more, and this is the important part, DPS. Because one of the things that initially I was like, oh, what? That's a bit lame, isn't it? If you can kill everything before, say, events happen or reinforcements show up, game over, mission done. And again, it then leans into, so you're telling me that if I have the perfect team composition that can absolutely flatten the map in seconds, you're going to reward that and kind of fast track my progress a little bit? You damn skippy it does. So, and again, the more I think about it and the more I play it, the more I like it. I'm being rewarded for playing the game at an optimal level and not skipping the grind, but, you know, facilitating it a little bit, because we all like to see things light up and everything gets bought and you know, all the things and the stuff. This is also an important screen to go through as well, so you understand how the resources work, the statuses, the buffs and the debuffs. Wagering chips we're going to look at in a moment, and then this is the information on the corporations if you don't get enough from looking at these. The other thing to note, as you buy these, it unlocks these next trees, and we have everything from pistols to rifles, snipers and shotguns. There is a different hand-to-hand combat weapon for each of the factions. So for instance, the flame guys have a flame axe, whereas the swarm guys have a rod. I think one of them, the shot guys, have the spat. The acid guys have the sword, and then the physic guys, well, of course, they have the hammer. And then the top end, you've got my favourite weaponry, obviously. All the heavy stuff. Grenade launchers, mortars, sniper rifles, flamers, and miniguns, of course. Of course I've gone for the miniguns. So, with that in mind, now, bear in mind, I am ridiculously overpowered for these starting missions, and to be fair, I'm pretty powerful for these later ones, but I don't want to go too far into the game and show too much off. That'll be in later streams. This is a getting to know you stream, so we'll pop it on easy.
Bad news, operator.
Because that's going to be pretty easy. Shush. Thankfully, if you don't like her voice, you can turn it off in the menus, but I think that gets rid of some of the other voices as well. She pops up and does briefings for each of the levels. I've heard that briefing a good few times. You can just close it. Job's a good one. So we will see. Now, I don't know, I imagine, excuse me, these are reserved for additional characters if they are going to add them. We are going to, I can probably solo this with one character, but we'll drop a team in. So at the moment, I'm using the Juggernaut because heavy weapons and tactics. I am using this Hardlight character because they start off with barrier automatically. Very armored, very barriered. I'm using this one, which is a weaker version of this guy and can't carry as beefier weaponry, but moves faster. And then we round the squad out with this guy, who's, well, just another armored robot. One of the interesting things to note as well is, as you progress through these upgrades and tech trees and various bits and pieces, there are, for some of the factions, these passives. Now, you want to get your passives on as soon as possible. Why? Well, because passives are passive. They're always on. Something that's always on and doesn't have a cooldown and has a reasonable level of power is worth taking over something that you can only use every 4 turns or something along those lines. I mean, if you can take both, take both. But these ones, they're here, here. These guys have grenades instead, here and here. And the way that they work is each corporation has one that anybody can use and then one that only their troops can use, which is usually the more powerful. There are some that have a little bit of crossover. For instance, the guys here, all of their ones, their special one, as you know, these are robots, aren't they? These don't have them. That's why they have crossover with this one. I actually picked these two to begin with, and they actually have a bit of synergy. And the reason being is because you'll see here... Does it note here? No, it doesn't. You'll see in the menus, when I go onto this passive, implant any, implant robot. So that one is specific for robots, just basically huge amounts of additional armor. So if the character archetype is robotic, genetic, biogenetic, Hardlight, which is your holograms, just like Rimmer. And this is where, hello Bucky, this is where it begins. This is where crafting that team composition begins and making sure that you are doing everything optimally. And if you can get it right here, you can make the game easy. And if you like that sort of thing, which I do, then happy days. Now, a couple of other things that we can add here is if you are having a too hard a time of things, there are additional things that you can drop into the level to give you a bit of a leg up whilst... So say, for instance, you picked wrong, you leveled up wrong, you've got a bit of a rubbish squad, or you don't quite understand the game, or you just want to get a bit of practice in. Pop it onto easy, add damage up, HP up, and give yourself additional revives so that you can get through the level. However, if your team composition is like mine, or you're playing the game in easy with this squad, lol. Oh, God. It's rubbing off on me. You can do things like you can decrease your damage and you can decrease your HP. I'll explain what all-in does in a minute. What these things do is they increase or decrease the total reward. Now, it would be better to make things easier for yourself and at least get something than have it be impossible for yourself and get nothing. However, we're completely overpowered. We're going to smash this level in seconds, so we're going to make it as difficult as we can for ourselves, which will heighten our reward. So at the moment, without any modifiers, stay there. And again, modifiers... Ooh, I better check that, actually. Modifiers are not... I didn't think they were. Modifiers are not affected by how many teams members you have. So always take 4, because more shots, more tactics. There are some levels where I could see why you might want to take 1, but 1, 2, 3, ek. But we'll talk about those later. So HP down, damage down. Here's the interesting one, and I've already found out a way to exploit it. Don't tell the devs. So the all-in button. The all-in button doubles your modifiers, but if you fail the mission, it takes half. Half of what you say, half of everything. So now there's 2 ways that you can exploit that. The first is, in the early doors, make sure you're always shoving it on, because you'll barely have any resources anyway, and if you make sure that you spend all of your resources all the time, well, you'll never lose half of anything. You know, half of 0 is still 0, so if you spend it all, then you can kind of go all in for free, win or lose. The other thing to note as well is you may or may not, if the level is going really badly, quit the game and then come back in, because of course the save state is from just before you go into the mission and when you end the mission. But of course, I didn't tell you that. I was never here. I know nothing. Again, though, it's an exploit that's probably been around since the dawn of time with any of these sort of things, where depending on how the save state works in the game, each one of those missions that you'll have seen on the mission floor as well is a different map. I don't think I've seen any maps recycled at the moment. So unlike, you know, just dumping various dungeons and tiles and various bits and pieces, everything is, well, yeah, handcrafted, I guess. So roguelike mode when, that would be quite cool. So we are going to deploy, not that this is going to take anything because this is in easy, but we will deploy our hard-like characters up front, and then we'll pop our Juggernaut and our other dude in the back. Now, I have some reasonably powerful weaponry. Thank you, Vaughn. Ooh, I will. I'll just grab my phone a second, because you guys are all the way over there, and there we go. Now I can at least check the chat, just in case my chat GTP lady is... not GTP. My speech chat lady is... I think it's a good idea, Vaughn. I think it's a good idea. If every game... the game has to have a core mechanic that and a reason to play. I don't like it when I play a really good game that's got really good mechanics and really good bits and pieces, but then I've got nothing else to do other than the story over and over again. you know? So that's... And some people think that roguelike mechanics and like random map generation and all that sort of stuff is lazy. It's like, no. Tower defense games, they're lazy, I think. But I'm no programmer. There's a lot that goes into roguelikes, let me tell you. Not handcrafted levels, I'll grant you that. So we can just basically lob a grenade here and kill, what's that, half the enemies on the map. There we go. Right? Right, Von? Now, some of the things that I've gone for and that I think are incredibly important are, and when you level them up, they get even better. So the power creep, the OP power creep is very real. Scorch, the leaps in the game, and there is a different leap per corporation, a faction, but they are corporations. So with each faction there is a different kind of leap, and each one of those leaps does the corresponding damage. One of the factions, Physic, has Quick Step. Quick Step allows us to move without using an action point, and then cools down in 2 turns. Scorching Leap not only does that, it also allows us to change elevations and jump up and down on people and do damage. Why would you not want that? Why would you not want that? Why can't my pawn piece do 2 in a row? Well, obviously your pawns are not quite as... Your prawns aren't as good as my prawns. That's why, Op. Have we... Oh, we already used the grenade. Remember, all these things are on cooldowns as well, but you can quite quickly put together very overpowered teams. Yeah, quick step and the leaps are just... anything that allows you to preserve your action points for doing damage. And then this not only allows you to preserve your action points, but also does damage as well. The other one that I've gone for is Energy Reserve. If you end your turn sort of like in cover or with nothing to do or out of line of sight, this will, it's almost like an overcharge, and you store your action points not used from one turn into the next one, so you can then do like a mega turn, and you can have your whole team pop off doing that as well. Now, we are not up against much in the ways of armor or weaponry. We'll use the old spitter on this guy. Wow, that didn't do anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to. Oh, well, never mind. And then we will quick step to here, and then we will leap again. Not for the damage, though, in this circumstance. I'm just getting into range. And then... So, I'm not at end game yet, but my squad's pretty powerful. They're kind of a big deal. So, that was one of the sniper rifles. That was, yeah, a lot of damage there. And we'll use the old acid rifle to take the armor off of this guy. Lovely stuff. And then here's our main event. The only problem with the Juggernaut is he sounds like an absolute ponce. It's like, hi there, Juggernaut, reporting for duty. Oh, God. It's a good job he's the most influential member of my entire team. So one of the other things as well is, as you'll see, a lot of my members of my team have an insane amount of barrier. That then allows me to do things like I don't need to worry too much with certain leaps of moving them into areas where we're going to get team damage. But I think the mortars... I mean, I'm going to try and avoid it if I can. Problem is, he's got shock, and that's exactly what you need to deal with shields. But it only did a little bit of health, and the problem with dealing shock, as I said, is that barrier won't regenerate for a turn. But we've got this. I'm just getting into range of the old corrosive mortar, which, as you can see, has a huge radius. Again, I don't know if anybody plays these games, but I remember being a massive fan and pouring I did so many runs and poured so much time and hours into a game called Buck Rogers Countdown to Doomsday, or back on the Mega Drive in the olden days. And this thing feels like one of the weapons. I can't remember what it was. It's like the plasma launcher or something along those lines, where it just does silly amounts of damage and yeah, it just kills everybody. But I'll just fire that off there so we only kill one of them. And it does a huge blast radius, and that's acid damage as well. And again, each weapon comes in the different variants, and they don't just change color in the different variants either. Some of them do have different designs, and you know me, I like it when the looks are different. Make use of the minigun here. Thank you, Vaughn. Finish this guy off with a minigun. Yeah, right to the groin as well. All 8 shots. Get out. Now, normally, I mean, we are on easy.
Another objective in the bag.
Shh. Normally on that mission, there are reinforcements, other enemies show up, other things start doing things. But if you can do that, what I just did then, and end it in that first turn, which is quite doable from a reasonably early on stage, if you think about the game and get the team composition right, you get rewarded in regards of a little bit quicker progression. I like the idea of beating the game at its own game and getting stuff sooner and faster because of it. Talking of rewards, let's do... Oh, is there? Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, well, in that case then, whilst I'm sorting that out, let's do another giveaway. Cocktails in the chat if you would like to win a copy of Neon Squad. Big delay in messages. Are you sure you're up to press? You could just be slow responding. Check your little live thing in the bottom left-hand corner. But it does happen. Oh, the other thing that I've noticed as well, again, it can depend on your connection. So I think it's down here, a little live. This is obviously not just my live as well. A little live thing just under the picture here. If that has a little red light next to it, a little red recording thing next to the live, that means that you are current. If it has like a little grey or white, I think it's grey actually, then that means that, I don't know, it could be my stream, could be your internet connection, could be my internet connection, could just be YouTube, but it means that you've fallen behind in the stream at some point. This is part of the reason, actually, why I make sure I don't put adverts on when I'm live, because it's only pennies. So, but also, I don't want to, you know, mess it all up with adverts. I know some people do, but I don't want to. So if you make sure that that is up to current. Another thing that you can do as well, and this might help those that think they're up to date, and the red light, this is something that I found out whilst I was messing around with this, and I've never mentioned. If you go, if you go into settings and change the speed to ×2 when the red light is showing, you'll find that you can get even more up to press. I don't know if you have to have a particularly good internet connection for that. I don't know. There is also the element that things may have slowed down a little bit because we're now streaming in low latency as opposed to ultra low latency, because it allows me to up the quality. This is part of the reason why we've got up to 1440p and why things are hopefully looking a bit nicer, a bit better. So yeah, try the live thing and then try the settings thing. The one thing that I will say is I should be getting the messages through the moment that you put them on chat, and then there will be a slight delay for them appearing on screen. That bit is kind of done on purpose, because then I can look like Big Brain, because I'm responding to the questions either as they come up or just as they are coming up. So yeah, it makes me look like a genius. And if you'll believe that. So let us have a look at our first deployment. And we'll play this on a little bit more difficult.
Nice work, operator. You gunned down those mercenaries without any meaningful signs of distress or psychological trauma. You're going to be great at this.
That's enough from you. So, let us pop one. The likelihood is, at the moment, I'm reasonably confident that we could do these things with just one team member. But OP is OP, and, you know, I spent some time crafting this team. So we'll go HP down, we'll go damage down, we'll go all in, because even if it does all go terribly wrong, I'm not going to, but it shouldn't. We should be okay. So another thing to pay close attention to when you are playing this game, and there's another little thing that's given to you and all part of the strategy and the tactic. Eliminate a hostile squad from Physic. The company that the enemy are from tells you a little bit about what's going to be coming at you. Remember, Physic are the, well, physical guys, for want of a better term. Decent damage, but they're not going to have a massive amount of ways to handle armored or shielded opponents. So that's stage one. And even if this is complicated and you don't get who it is that you're supposed to be working for, going against, or anything along those lines, it usually gives you an idea of what you actually have to do right here. Well, in that case, Chris, be grateful for the kids' playhouse, mate. No, it isn't Von. No. I mean, obviously, you know, that would be ideal, but she does enough. She does enough. I did try changing the chat voice to some various different ones. The German one was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, could now let us. So, what I usually like to do with these levels, and part of the composition that I usually go for, is I put my heavies, my armored guys up front, and then I'll put my hard light guys. I mean, it depends on the positions and the missions. So, a couple of things to note as well. So, it is worth me, yeah, little yeehaw. It is worth me. It can take a little while for things to load up. These are all the buffs going on to our characters. So you can see how much we've got being added on here as well. There is another element to this that I don't think I mentioned in the last stream, or I might have touched upon. When you shoot at enemies, you alert enemies in a radius. I don't know if that is better or worse for certain things. Obviously, a blast radius is probably going to alert more, especially if you hit multiple. Alerted enemies can then also alert other alerted. All right, K2. Alerted enemies can alert other enemies as well. So there is an element here of, if nothing's alerted, one of the things that we could do is completely skip turn so that we've got 4 action points to begin with and absolutely smash face. So this level you could get away with doing that because the deployment zone is quite far away from the enemies. In other levels, and again this is where another level of depth comes into the game, is that you'll get some levels where it's like, okay, split the squad, 2 over there, 2 over here, and then you have to think about who goes with who and make sure one covers the other. In the early days, you will potentially find yourself switching weapons to deal with the different missions that come up and the different compositions. You do get to a stage where your things are more or less powerful enough to be able to handle most of what's thrown against you. There are also bosses in this game as as well. And again, another factor that I like, if the boss is the objective, and they often are, if you take them out quickly, mission over, you don't have to deal with anything else. There's no advantage to dealing with everything on the level. However, as me and K2 found out, there is in the multiplayer, because certain enemies have bounties on them, which then adds a little bit of competition within your cooperative game. Who can get the one with the bounty on them? Will that wreck the squad's chances of winning? Possibly. But did you get the bounty? Yes, you did. So... and this is where it begins. One of the things that I did think initially is, hang on, these are big enough, but I can't get up there, and there's no way up there. The enemies can get up there, though. These are specifically locked off, and enemies can spawn in, preferably usually snipers. In later levels, though, you can start getting onto catwalks and gangways and various bits and pieces like that. And this is kind of, as I said, where it begins, where this, I don't know, it's kind of like a 40k Necromundery sort of, I mean, it's obviously a lot cleaner than Necromundi, almost a bit of an XCOM 2 kind of vibe as well comes in on this one. So anyway, enough talk, let's fight and grab you, and oh, silly me. So we could quick step and leap. Yeah, probably best do that. Quick step and leap are two of the best gadgets, in my opinion, that you can get in this game. Humble as it is. Being able to do damage and go further and faster and better and harder, yeah, that's happiness all day. Can we get both, though? No, we can't. And as I said, that leap ability allows you to jump barriers and areas as well, saving you having to take the stairs. That's always nice. Now we're going to use our corrosive mortar. That should get both of those. Oh, look at that. He can get all three. Now again, I have very powerful weaponry at a very... I do, right? Yeah, it's usually preceded by Python. So... again, as I said, I have very powerful weaponry, making some of this a little bit trivial. But unfortunately, unless I reset my progress, I've got no other way to show it off. But don't worry, the multiplayer... nobody's been playing this as much as I have, so they're going to require some help. And we'll be going on the harder missions, or hopefully harder missions. And yeah, it could mess things up. Could mess things up quite nicely. So... well, quick step. Are we on the old adder? We are. This is the benefit of the sniper rifle. But remember, with sniper rifles, they are single shot weaponry. Well, what's the drawback of that? A single shot will only apply its thing once, whereas multi-shot weaponry may not be quite as ranged, but will apply it multiple times. Now, the only thing is, though, if I can shoot them from back here, and then they have to use 2 action points before they get close to me, and I get to shoot them again before they get to shoot, well, this is the thing. Funnily, and as to no one's surprise... to absolutely nobody's surprise, if you have bigger, longer ranged weaponry than the enemy, then you'll usually win in these sort of affairs. And again, that's something that you can spec into, but there are other ways to play it. We're going to use our leap ability, because we can leap like a salmon straight to here. And we probably could have done that the other way around. Quick step there. And then we will paste that guy. And if we've got any grenades, we have them. And we'll finish off that one. And then what I'll do, instead of just finishing off the enemies, because obviously, even though I'm, like, ploughing through this, the missions are a little bit more involving, usually. And the enemies will keep on respawning in. What a lovely combination. Pie and fireball. So you can see these different leaps that we have here. I have different ones. Hello, fourth wall. We'll zap that guy. And then what I'll do, just to give you an idea of how it works, is I can't remember on this level if they come in instantly, but if I just end my turn there, and the unspent action point that I've got will actually roll over to the next turn, because that's my bag. And then reinforcements may come in.
Get your weapons ready. It's round 2.
That is part of the reason why I like ending the fights quickly, and it's also part of the reason why I'm not a fan of her voice, is she says the same phrases for each of the different round numbers, and it becomes a little taxing. So I don't think we're gonna... Oh, there we go. Reinforcement right there, and more will come in to a point, usually anywhere between about round 6 and 8, so you are incentivized as well to get that perfect team composition and absolutely rip through the opponents. You may like that, you may not. It requires min-maxing. I like to min-max. Don't know if anyone's noticed. Is the mortar going to be too much? Yes, it is. Can we take friendly fire? Does it matter? That's not even going to hit him anyway. There are some other bits and pieces as well. Like, for instance, this guy will not be able to shoot to here if I am here from there. He'll have to move forward to be able to shoot down. I know that's obvious, but I explain it because elevation does matter. Although elevation doesn't matter in regards of what you would usually expect in this game. You would get more range, or you would get more damage, or more accuracy, or something along those lines because of it. Oh, we can't bounce on top of him. Never mind. Minigun? Yeah, minigun. Fantastic. Sorry, 4-4, you missed it. I think. Oh, no, he didn't. Did he miss it? I can't remember. Yeah, we've only given one away to fish so far, right? Yeah, right? Good one, 4-4. Well in. Good reminder as well. Right. We are in the middle of a giveaway, aren't we? Cool. End the giveaway there then, Von. Tell I'm getting carried away. We should have given all the keys away by now. No, I don't think you did. We're in the middle of one. There you go. Right? Hey! That's where she makes the big bucks and not me. Let's drop a grenade on that guy because I think it's the only weapon that I can get in. Line of sight, I was obstructed there, which is why I didn't use the old minigun. And then we'll finish him off with the acid rifle. Pachow. And there we go there.
Another successful mission for the Neon Squad.
Yeah, she's getting the big bug. She doesn't even know it. So, as I said, this is, I suppose, this is the part where, like, you know, you're kind of going to have an idea of how things work. You don't need me to spoil the game any further or any bits and pieces like that. So I'll explain a few bits and pieces more. We'll see about getting that last key given away. I'll point out a few features and a few bits and pieces. Actually, that's something that I didn't realise. So I talked about this last time, and that it's not actually Windows, it's screen simulating Windows, which, you know, it actually looks quite passable at a... Oh, sorry, Von, I thought I said, yeah, call us a winner. When you go into the actual player modes and go into missions, it actually drops all of those windows. Serious time, anyway.
This time, you'll be controlling...
Also, doesn't she just... Also worth noting as well, we can change our different Opscar. Oh, you mean ops? Hang on, I'm just making sure there's not an Opscar. Oh. Hang on. Oh, well done. It must be you. I don't see... Yeah, I don't see what's it called? Thing is, you were putting roosters in the chat, weren't you? Or were you? I can't remember. Ah, bollocks. Ugh. When headset batteries forget to go on. Should be all right. We charge faster than we use it, at least, or at least these days, anyway. Right. Let us. So, what else can we? Yeah, it has to be up. It has to be. There's only one up, isn't there? But yeah, well done, up. Excellent work, sir. Right, now, I was hoping to show off the multiplayer, and I have been yammering on for a while, and you guys have all been... fair enough. You guys have all been waiting patiently. So, let's immediately end it with our final draw of the evening. If you would like to drop another cocktail glass in the chat for me, and we'll see about getting that last key given away. And the reason being is I'm basically now trying to get Von off the clock, because her, K2 and Beavis are going to jump in with me and play, and I did say I'll basically fill for an hour and a half, so, and see how we go there. Now, we've also got a little game to play. I hate this game so much. It looks so simple. So simple, but in VR, pressing a button is really hard. Right, I tell you what, chat, I'll end the giveaway when I get up to 20 barrels jumped. Did you expect anything more from me to overfill or not? Come on now, this is me. This isn't even the game's fault, this is just me and bad timing. Jump, 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 jump. The only thing that was weird about this as well is you can't see other people playing it, and I think that's more to do with the fact that they don't want you interfering with each other's buttons when you're playing. Look at that. Come on, K2. I can do that whilst even looking. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was with my eyes closed. Come on. As promised, I will save the cocktails for K2, because I'm sure she'll be like, we could, and she'll go and buy a cocktail because she can't help herself. Texans, known for their line dancing and cocktails. Yeehaw! Yeah, sounds about right. So, couple me yammering me. So, a couple of things to note with the game to like kind of help you. Some of the things that I think are nice additions to the game that allow you to do everything a little bit quicker, a little bit nicer, and a little bit cleaner. You have, as you go through the game, you will get an awful lot of things. Know that as you upgrade those things, they replace the worse versions. So, for instance, cheap is the first tier of a weapon, and then it goes up to... I haven't got top tier yet, believe it or not. Goes up to grand, or it might even be... I haven't even got any yet. Cheap. Cheap, normal, refined... grand, and then I think there might be one after that. And as you go through them, it replaces them. So for instance, if I had the normal minigun equipped and you buy the upgrade, which then gives you access to the refined minigun, it will change all of your characters to the refined minigun, and the normal minigun is no longer something that will appear in your menus. Again, these are small things, but I've played games like this where I'm trying to min-max, and when I have the better minigun, there's no fucking way I'm going to use the one that's just straight up worse, but it stays in your inventory and it stays in your menus and you have to re-equip it on your characters. Not this game. Again, the little things. The other thing to note as well is you can just pick from the list and start equipping things to primary or to secondary from here, but you can also press on the actual thing and then it will give you a list of what you have, and then you can bring that list of what you have down to me targeted as to what you want by pressing on the various bits and pieces. Another thing to note, different characters have different, as well as stats. For instance, the hard-light characters, ignore this, that's because of the passives that I've got, but the hard-light characters, the holograms, Ghost and Assassin, I mean, you know, they're not amazing names, but hey, I would much rather that than it was like Dirk Fendar or something along those lines, because I'd much prefer generic Assassin, because then I can put the storyline behind it. Although I wouldn't mind renaming, you know, if you're listening out there, Tim Mano, never have a problem renaming characters. That always goes down well in streams. And get eaten by bugs and facehugged by aliens soon to come. But the natural side of things some characters have, but the other thing to note about them as well is not only will it tell you what they are, so for instance, type robot, type hardlight, type bioorganic, type insectoid, type bioorganic, and so on, but it will also give you some information about their loadouts. So this robot, the Juggernaut, the one that I like, can have a medium or heavy weapon as their primary and a medium or heavy weapon as their secondary, whereas the lighter hologram character can have a light or medium as their primary and then only a light as their I keep pointing at as their secondary. There we go. And you can also see as well that the hard light, because of that, moves at a clip of 5 spaces, as opposed to most characters moving at 4, and then some of these heavies moving at 3. The other thing to note as well, yeah, I've covered the type and how that can lead to you being able to make these overpowered compositions. The other thing to note as well is your first level up or when you buy a company or buy shares into a company, that unlocks the character associated with the company. The next rank usually either gives you then a special weapon or the other character associated with that company. If memory serves, it's you already get the floor model, which is to do with physic, and then Hydrogen, Pulsar, Pharaoh, and Gen X each have 2 characters. Because me and K2 were trying to work out why there was 9 characters and 10, and I think it's that. However, there might be another character hidden behind that. I don't know. Oh, I can find out. No, max rank. So there are 9 characters that I know of anyway in the game. I don't know if there's anything else that comes into it, but this is the way that you unlock the... Oh, shit. I didn't even see these. I never looked that far up. So I think that's when you've unlocked everything. So, ooh, look at these. So you have a specific and then redesigned launcher. Same with the mortar. And 3 stars. Oh, okay. Interesting. So there you go. I've put a lot of hours into this, and I just didn't look high enough. I thought that was it. So there might be more of this, I don't know. So these will be your equivalent of legendary weaponry, I guess, and you don't even have to unlock them in the usual ways and means of using credits and using nanochips and chemicals and cells. They just unlock on specific things. So be they, what's this one? Cleansing burst, healing canister. So when you've got several of your unlocks up to top level, whereas some of these are earn 3 stars in a test of metal with only melee weapons, so basically challenges. So again, that gives you and yourself in single player or your team specific ways to get specific things, which again, these are all nice little extras. And if I reckon, let's have a look. That's the corrosive launcher, that's acid rain, that's the corrosive mortar. So yeah, it is a different model as well. So, you know, again, they could have just gone like, yep, this is tier 5 of this that you can't normally get, but here you go, and it would be the same. No, they've put them in. So these are unique looking as well. Oh yeah. And 13 mission stars. Yep, I'll do that. So the reason why I may not have seen these is these may have unlocked at a certain point during my progression, but I just haven't seen it. So again, nice to see the little things. Lots of very cool music in the game as well. Unfortunately, for those of you who want to stream this, they will copyright you. And one of them in particular, even though I was like, it's game music, it was like, nope, my music. It's like, come on now, the game does buy and pay for it to be used in the game, and I'm streaming the game. But yeah, so I wasn't prepared to take that fight any further, so I just trimmed the music out. Anyway, I think it was this game. It might. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't this game. That was in the other Tin Man game, Table of Tales. So, right, got plenty of cocktail glasses in. It's looking like it. Whoa! Steady on, Ricallan. Just got one in. Right, cool. Half past. Let's end it there. Von, if you can pick us a winner and get the old headset powered up, please. K2 and Beavis, if you would like to report for duty. So, just in case anybody is watching this and wants to jump in or whatnot, we will see about doing that in the future, but I've kind of put a team together because K2's got some experience, Von hasn't played it, and I think Beavis is maybe played it as much as me. I don't know. So, oh, well done, Waterfall Girl. Excellent work. So, and as I said earlier, just in case you were or were not watching Waterfall, if you haven't joined the Discord already, please do so, because A, it helps us give the keys away, and B, it also will be a way for you to get notified of further giveaways. So, the other thing that I will say about this as well at the moment, and I'm sure they will add it, but it isn't in now, so it's something that we might have a little bit of problems with right now, is you cannot host a private table at the moment. So, but this game's reasonably new, and it's another one of those kind of hidden games that hasn't had a lot of fanfare when it came out, and so there's not a lot of people in the game. It's okay. I'm Silver Tongue Devil on this. Sorry, I should have sorted that out before we come in, but tell me when you three are ready. I'll fill until, and then we'll jump into. I'll host the table, and then you can all jump in on me. So, Don't ask. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. And there's some very cool little beats on this for you to play to. One of the stranger features that I found is... Oh, nice one. Cool. One of the stranger features that I found is if you go too high, you get reset to center. If you walk too close to the walls, you get reset to center. Yeah, I guess that's one way to get around, like clipping through the scenery and so on. So that is a thing. But there you go. But yeah, I'll wait for the other guys and then I'll show them how it's done. What else? What else could I talk about? So we've covered all the characters. Oh, the other thing to note as well, for those of you who are into this sort of thing, I am into this sort of thing. One of the upgrades that you can get from the companies later on, if you see this with the company upgrade, you have to upgrade your companies to allow you to upgrade levels to the next tech, weapons and gadgets and passives to the next level. If you see this, though, that means that you are unlocking some skins. And the one thing that I did like is they didn't just give you like one or two. The Juggernauts actually got very few. But they allow you to get a little bit of a team composition going. A lot of them kind of then allow you at a glance to kind of get an idea of what the character's about. Like this fire skin seems to feature on all of them. So, you know, you can kind of, as someone said previously, you can kind of get your X-Force, X-Men, Fantastic Four on and have like a really either unique or uniformed team. Some of them have got a lot more than others. I'll be honest with you, with the Juggernaut, I like that one, but I kind of like the stock skin because it's got that urban army camo paint on. I think I've got a lot of the skins, and basically unlocking the pack unlocks all of them. So there's another 5 there for the Hardlight one. Again, I like the stock one, but if you want to go for a more fire-looking character, or, you know, someone's going to love pink, aren't they? And then just various alts of those things. And then, again, you can use them as like a visual reminder of, oh, well, yeah, seeing as she's got a... Where is it? I've lost it now. Seeing as she's got a fire skin, I'll make her my fire damage dealing hologram, and then I'll change the other one to a different color. So, you know, you can do it for team composition, or you can you can do it just purely on look. And I will obviously do it on look every time. Haven't used the Ravager yet. That's the insectoid heavy, but he doesn't look very heavy, but he does have some things coming out of the back of him, which could be quite cool. And here's your ghost. Looks very, for your 40Ks, looks, well, to me, I suppose, reminiscent of your Evasor assassin. Kind of plays like that as well, except he doesn't have combat stims or explode, so probably plays nothing like him, but there you go. Again, I'm a fan of the stock skin on that one. Or did I have the stock skin on? No, I think I had that one. Oh, I like that one. And some of them have got more than others. That's a point. Have I got any? Yeah, this guy's got like loads. I can probably put the Y skin on here. And they're only like little variations and changes in color. There's nothing massively major about it. But again, nice little touches, nice little things to make your character feel a little bit unique. So in regards to that, not only is your character look unique, but then you could have your armaments and your gadgets unique as well. And then obviously the weapons change how your characters look. I don't think these do, but there you go. Oh, sorry, I haven't started it up yet. I was waiting for all 3 of you to be ready because it'll save people jumping in. Right, I am hosting now. We'll go on the first mission. Doesn't matter. Right, and I'll also have to unmute my microphone because this is a problem that we had with Shogun the other day. Look at that, Beavis is right in. Right, I'll be there in a moment. I just gotta unmute myself.
Hello.
And
Computer. There we go.
there we go. Right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Right, first and foremost, how well can you lot hear them? Because it's obviously important. You're all quite quiet to me, but I have got the volume down reasonably low. I tell you what I'll do. It's okay. Well, yeah, I am pretty loud. What I'll do is let me put. Oh, hang on. Talk now.
Talk now.
Talk now.
There you go. That's better. Okay, so I turned voice down so that the woman doesn't talk to me as loud. Maybe that's not what voice is. So, right, I will turn the music down a touch as well. So, yeah, just let me know, somebody on the old chat side of things, if these lot can be heard. I've turned it up a little bit because it's important, because that's what we do. Right, 2 seconds, because that doesn't. Okay, I have just asked them to, or I have turned it up a little bit. Right, okay, what we'll do, we'll get into a match. Have you guys all got, like, your characters set up and various bits and pieces? Or a character, you don't need anything particular. So, another thing that I like as well is that I can host, set all of this up, whilst the rest of the team are setting up their characters, doing their purchases, and at no point will we lose those screens, except, I think, when we obviously go into a match. So, you know, whilst I'm getting the heavy lifting done, so to speak, and setting all the bits and pieces up, those guys can be making sure that everything's set and sorted. And what that means is there are no excuses for failure.
Will all the characters that I have show up for me to choose from?
Yeah, all of them should show up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I wonder if Kim's been unlocking anybody.
No.
Yeah, I joined the game. Sorry.
Just.
You knew it.
Yeah.
Which one's the
What are we
electric
doing?
guy again? I forget.
Hey.
It depends on how you set up your team. I told you to put the sniper guys on hard light, so I think one of the things that this does allow as well is, because there's 4 of us, it's the multiplayer then becomes a little bit of a unique experience in that we can all take the same. So I will take the Juggernaut, so I've got a lot of acid and physical damage, but we're not going on a mission where I think that's going to be a problem, and we're also going to play it on medium as well to begin with and see how we do. Good throw, K2.
Going in all in or no?
Fuck yeah. So we're going HP down, we're going damage down, we're going all in. I mean, Von, you don't have to go HP down or damage down because you've only got the 2 characters. I mean, you can if you want, Beavis, but the problem is me and K2 will pretty much be doing everything. Not that that's a problem, but I don't know, you might want to...
Wait, why am I here?
Next line. So, yeah.
To level up.
Right, Kim? That's right.
Hmm.
That's right.
Free ride.
Hang on, where's my...
I just watch.
Hang on, let me just reset the old speech
Oh,
chat
they
a
do
second.
respawn.
There we go, there. There we go, there. So yeah, as we're just chatting away and everything, you'll see the little things above people's head as they talk. To do your best. That's right, Op. As they talk, you'll see the bits and pieces above their head. So if someone can keep an eye on that and whether you can hear people, and then what I'll do is I'll start raising and lowering various options until everyone can be heard.
I'm not.
Mm.
Does it put less
No.
enemies
No.
out? if you
No.
have
It's
less
all the
players?
missions are always the same. It's only the difficulty that affects that. And yes, she's not wrong. This is why, like, for a long time I've said, like, Fon's fault, mine and Fon's connection, Fon's fault. It might be mine. And do you know? Thank you, Von. And yes, it is. The thing is, it might be right. Can everyone see the green first and foremost? Perfect.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Again, we have found a lot of games though where it doesn't like, especially on launch, it doesn't like the maximum amount of players. Like we had this with Skyclimb. Can't play with more than 4. No.
Yeah. Well, they just had an update.
Yeah,
for
well, that
yeah.
should be up and running to go now. Are you really enjoying your character?
Oh, Beavis, I like your
Yeah.
little bug.
But yeah, so I ruined Star Trek for the group. We may not be actually seeing the maiden voyage of the USS Rotten Crotch because of my connection. And do you know what the funny thing is as well? I might be the problem with all of these things, going along the path of trying to make sure I have no problems. Done a lot of networking, a lot of changes, and a lot of bits and pieces. And
Well, the second time I played Star Trek Bridge Crew, I was
the heck
odd
is
man
this?
out. It wouldn't work with me. And
It's an enemy with 9 million.
no, that's the objective. So we've got 2 ways that we complete this. We can book it for the end, touch those 2 spend an action point on those 2 consoles, and we win. Or we can take the enemies as we go. Another thing to note as well is you can. Oh, you used. Oh, is that that might be a host thing? That.
what?
Yeah, it did happen. Can you pick them up? Ah, okay. Kim can pick them up, but
Yes.
can we? Oh, so it looks like only the host
What's the
gets to
point of-
pick up
what's the point
the
of
models.
picking them up?
You can just pick them up, basically. If you couldn't, it's annoying.
Can I make him? Can I make him? Can
Yeah,
I make him fight?
you can probably make it. You can probably throw them off the table like I was doing on Table of Tales. Like, no, don't want to fight you. M-Boss, get out of here. No, they reset pretty quickly. So, but yeah, the one thing that I will say about a lot of the levels as well is after the first few, they all start getting reasonably interesting features and additional things. Some have a little bit of time pressure, some have specific targets, some have things that you have to go after, and other bits and pieces you can do. So,
That's weird with the collision with their hands.
oh, well, yeah, if you put your hand on the actual board, it shows the holographic projector underneath. It's a nice touch. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, I better get working, hadn't I? Right, I'm gonna jump on Beavis, electrocute him. I'm not really. Well, I was tempted. Right, so I'll get traveling, boys and girls. Start putting some work in. Put in a shift. My acid weaponry isn't particularly great against these guys either. I think, if I don't know for certain because I haven't really used it, these bioorganic guys have regeneration properties. One of the best combinations I reckon you can get in this game is shielded and regenerative, because then what can happen is you're protected from a lot of damage, and if they do enough damage to drop your shields, you're then regenerating in subsequent turns whilst your shields are back up, which is good.
Nice.
I'm gonna.
You said
I did, didn't I? That's what I do.
I'm bringing maturity to the stream.
Oh no. I've done all those movements and then I can't
What?
I can't
Are you level
can't get them.
900?
So that wasn't the greatest of moves, but thankfully I've got energy reserves, so I can end my turn here and I'll have 4 action points next turn. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Look, K2's been paying attention. She brought barrier. To be fair, Beavis probably won't have it unlocked yet, so.
No.
But yeah, if you were after any advice on this, I would highly recommend going for the acid guys, which is the Gen X, I think it was. Oh no, Gen X is the insect.
So I mistakenly thought that all my things would be in here. All I have is training rifle, dash, and intern.
Hang on, have you not put everything on that character?
Should be
It's all
interesting.
equipped to your other character. Yeah.
I thought I had. When we played before, I had everything on my character.
Well, okay, here's an interesting experiment, because this would normally be, if we were playing a hard match, it'd be normally like, oh god, K2, start again. Can you put them on now? And I wonder if that updates. I doubt it, because that would be highly
Okay,
abusable.
okay.
Just switch to whatever weaponry you need in match. I mean, hey there, Silver Tongue Devil doing tips in 30 ticks. If you finding the odds are against you in that mission that you've never played, simply go to the character select screen and just change your weapons to what you need. Happy days. Just chuck a popple on. Doesn't matter.
which
Just
one
chuck
is that,
anything on that's not what you already have. Just a couple of things and see if it updates. If it updates, happy days. If it doesn't, don't worry. I'll...
Yeah, fill out.
Yeah.
No, it'll update on here, but it might
Yeah.
not have updated on your character on the board. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Just throw a load of shit on. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Get some grenades or something.
Yeah, just throw them on and then go and... oh, you can't check your wrist over here, can you? You have to be... Oh, no, you can't check your wrist until it's your turn. Anything'll do, Kim. Don't... She's getting... Look, chat. She's getting choice
Okay,
paralysis.
okay.
I can see it. I can see choice paralysis live.
I'm getting all of it.
Live,
I'm getting all
roaring,
of it.
wriggling.
Everybody wait for me.
Did it
No,
not?
it didn't
Good.
wait.
So, chat, what have we learned?
Okay.
You know, the most important part of this game is prepare for success to avoid failure. Well, Kim's shown you how not to do it.
Stay alert.
Uh-oh. Here they come.
Analysis paralysis, indeed. But then hopefully, because you've changed it now, when we go into the next match, it'll be fine, so...
Yeah. I just picked the wrong character.
Whose go is it? Oh, right, okay.
come from here.
Move into cover. Oh, too late now. Doesn't matter.
So I'm not gonna be.
No,
able to
but there's
jump up
ladders,
there,
Kim. You don't have to jump.
will I?
But I wanna!
I wanna
So
jump.
here's the thing, host advantage. We can't grab the characters, but Kim can. So for those of you who like playing host, do be a while. Right, I've got to get up there first. Let's go.
I couldn't attack it while it was in. the
Interesting. Right, let's get... Can I get all of them?
So you can grief your co-op team.
Oh, fun. Right, I can get 3 of them from there. There we go. And another one. Yes. Follow me, team! That's right. I need... Look, I can press the buttons on the consoles just as hard and as great as you can, but you get the honour, Kim, of pressing the buttons. You've been reduced to the level of clerk for the Neon Squad. Can I get those ones? No, I can only get one of them. So, to there. Oh no, I only got to do 2. You'll see that my character has a silly amount of armor and a large HP pool. Unfortunately, I think these guys are carrying acid stuff, which is not ideal.
Oh.
You're fine, Beavis. You regenerate, don't you?
Yeah. Plus I got
Hey, stop shooting off my armor. So this is why I rate barrier over armor, is because I can't get that back. There are protocols that allow me to get it back.
Flutter of my wings, death descends upon
All right,
me
Kim.
unaware.
Oh no, there's that was the insect noise, wasn't it? Yeah. If you hear a very poncy voice announcing their turn, that's me. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! Basically is how he sounds. It's like, yeah, nice. Coolest looking character going. Sounds like a prat. Standard. There you go. Sounds like a fucking idiot. Shut up, Beavis! At least I'm not a fucking cockroach. Right, so I'll finish these guys off. I'll use the mortar to make sure they are taken care of and allow my team to advance ahead of me. Bounty! I didn't even see that was the bounty. So I got the bounty kill, which I think not only one of us can get that, and I believe it gives you additional credits in the multiplayer lobbies. So again, you are kind of incentivized to actually play the multiplayer because you can increase the amount of rewards and progress that you make. Yeah, just go for it, Kim. I'll do the shooting, you do the running.
Yeah, since I only have a training
Right? But you've got amazing fingers, or so I've been told. All the better for pushing buttons. Yeehaw.
What the heck?
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say as far as the online, what I wanted to do was get all four of us online before we started playing, because I like to test these things. I shouldn't have to, but I've learned to, and I just didn't have time this week. I've been playing too much Shogun. Way too much Shogun.
Don't have
So what did you get a chance to look at the Square Enix?
Square Enix, and I didn't even look at that. No. Hang on, is that flat or is that VR?
VR.
Okay, I better have a look at that then. What was it called? Don't worry. I know you put it in the chat. I know you put it in the chat. I'll have a look at it later.
Yeah, okay.
No, basically, no, I didn't, Von. I'll tell you what I've been doing mainly this week. I've been sending out a lot of emails to a lot of different companies and a lot of bits and pieces, responding to various bits and bobs to get more keys. And maybe playing a little bit of Shogun, a little bit. So, that game. Hey, look, all right. Well, I've got 4 keys for Shogun, so I've obviously been doing something, Kim.
Yeah. It's called triangle strategy.
Yeah. Divide and conquer after talking them to death in my own particular idiom.
Oh, uh-oh. Here they come.
Now, again, because I've cleared the way here and Kim sprinted for the console. So, again, these are other things that you can do with compositions if you know what the objective is. And obviously, the objectives for the missions that you play are the same each time. The longer the rounds go on, the more enemies that can spawn in. I think they are set as well, because all of these levels are basically handcrafted. But you could have certain people... No, Vaughn, no. The simple fact of the matter is, Vaughn, I shouldn't have to. So, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have to, you shouldn't have to, we shouldn't have to check these things. They should be just done. Can I just shoot Beavis down?
Yeah.
Perfect. You can kill your friends in this game. You can't target them. You can't target... you'll be happy to know that you can't target them with direct fire, but when it comes to launcher weaponry, you can. Here you go, Kim. Here's one for you.
Yeah, grenades.
No, I can't hit you up there. So
Good.
there's another thing. If anybody, well, as long as you you should have an interact button on your menu. There you go.
Oh, interact.
Did you end your turn? You should be able to interact both of them, and then that ends the mission. So there's another way that you can play some of these more objective-based ones, is you could have a heavily armoured team, and then you could have somebody rigged up for additional action points, movement speed, and just general speed, and get them to... Who says lol? Fuck me. Right. Yeah, I'm happy to do some more, yeah. We've got another... Oh, actually, yeah, we haven't got that much long. Yeah, crack on. So, just go on to the next one, Vom.
No,
Kim, rather. There you go. Beaver's showing off that the music is amazing in this. Pop us onto at least medium.
Oh, wait, no,
What?
no.
Wait, yep.
No, wait.
Oh yeah. Re-equip.
Right, now,
Let's see if I can do it.
just remember, just like, just
Okay.
take your time, just pretend that I'm not streaming this and that people don't want to see the multiplayer. No rushing about, don't need to faff this, alright, Kim? Just nice and easy does it, nice and gentle. And fucking hurry up! I tell you what,
Okay. I
you
know
you
where
had
I'm
one job, Kim, as well, and you could have done it then when you couldn't have done anything else. What was your job? That's right, you were supposed to be playing waitress tonight, weren't you? Right, everybody forgets about the cocktails because it's all the way over there.
Operator, we have a problem. It looks like someone with some serious credits to burn has sent in a kill squad to clean up the goop
You
report.
can knock all your characters over if you want to as well.
Agents are caught in the crossfire. Looks like you'll need to take out
A giant death robot, you say? Sounds easy. So, there's, as I said, I thought when I first started playing this that the multiplayer would maybe go off of what the host has unlocked, but having on further kind of investigation, that actually wouldn't work. Beavis? He's busy. On further investigation and more playing of the game, that wouldn't actually work because you could have scenarios where 4 of you are in a game and the person might be new and has only got 2 characters unlocked. So it goes off of each other's drag yourself.
So what is about the
just-
chubby guy?
Well, he can go down there. That's fine.
What?
There you go. That's where the chubby guy can go. I don't like the cat ears on it, and I don't like his general chipperness either. So he's trying to look cool, but he's not cool, is he? That's the problem.
So it's,
No,
so
no,
it's not because
no. I'm not
chubby.
fascist.
Okay.
Not to be confused with... No, I shouldn't say that either. I was going to say, not to be confused with fascist. I'm totally a fascist, but I'm not fattest. I'm not a fascist. Right. But again, the thing is, like, it's one of the things that could have potentially put me off on this game, and it's part of the reason why I wanted to look at it. I like my characters to look cool. I like my characters to look awesome and odd, and being able to equip them how you want to, load them out how you want to, and then also change the skins to get that composition and feel that you like are all things within the game. It would be very rare for me to play a game like this and me to like every character. In fact, it's very rare for me to like most of the characters in this game. In this game, I like nearly all of them. I don't like that guy. Thing is, as well, the first game that me and Kim played as well, she went with one of the cool characters. I went with one of the cool characters. The, 8-year-old child that came in and played with us? Straight on the fucking fat goop. Anyway. So we probably now another thing to note as well is we actually have an M boss here on this level. He is shielded and he has acid. Did anybody bring an energy rifle, by the way?
Yeah, super cool.
Excellent.
I think I did.
I'll tell you. You have a... I think that's acid. But never mind. It's okay. We'll get through that shield eventually. It'll just keep coming back is the problem. Now, I do have a shocking pounce. So, we should be alright. Anyway. Now, one of the things that you will find as you're playing these level is the activation points. The activation point for this boss is as soon as you step here. We could slowly clear our way through the level, but we're probably powerful enough that we can do something like this and come right here and start dropping bombs straight away on everybody. Ah, I got a bounty! Yes! Yes!
Oh, really?
I have to check and see what that does in a minute.
Twice.
Standard plays. If you guys do what you can to these, I'm going to save an action point and I'm going to launch at the boss and you guys can follow me around. So try and deal with this guy if you can. He's going to take some shots though.
Does that give you the money?
You could. You could. I mean, that's kind of... No, so that's the bounty is just additional credits for the person who collects it. So you could even use that in one of two ways as well. Say, for instance, somebody was really short on credits or just started the game. You could tailor your strategy so that they get the bounty so that you can help them out. Or, if you're a dick, like me, you can just rob the bounty from everybody, make sure that you get it, nobody else has it.
Beavis.
Yeah, your turn, Beavis.
You're supposed to let me do the fireball.
Oh, I didn't buy it, so. I can't hit
Yeah, hit that guy.
Oh, yeah, I can. I can hit that guy.
Oh, are you using swarm weaponry? Cool. Makes sense,
Yep.
insectoid. I think swarm weaponry stops regeneration, so... Reasonable amount of detail on a lot of the environments as well. I'll put my hands up here so you can kind of...
Yep. They're pretty cool. I really like how,
it's good.
Power lines and stuff.
And the thing is, again, it's funny, but this is another one of those games where there's a decent enough amount of complexity in your team building and your actual, and then not so much in the play, I don't think, but definitely in the team building and the upgrading and bits and bobs. Yeah. More so in the multiplayer because, you know, you've got to actually communicate as a team and cover all bases. Like, you know, what fucking team comes into a match without a rifle that can take down shields? When the boss has definitely got shields. This team does that. That's what we do. We like a challenge. We like a challenge. Hey, Kim, I tell you who would have brought an energy rifle if she was here. Vaughn wouldn't have forgot. Vaughn would be like, yep, mech boss, never played the games, definitely going to have shields. I'll bring the energy rifle.
Oh, it's your turn.
Right. I'm going to... no, I can't. Right, I'm going to have to move first. We'll move to here. That's one action point. I'll then jump on this guy because that's got shockwave on it, which will strip him of his shields. Now, this was the thing that I was talking about. I need to get his armor off of him as well. Now, if you have a reasonably powerful tanky character and you stand next to anything that has a area of effect, it'll target you and hit itself as well as you. And I like that. It's not particularly amazing AI, but I'll allow it. We need to strip him of the rest of his armor before I start using my minigun. There we go. He's done. You guys should be able to move along that little pathway there. So again, there's different ways that you can go about different missions. We could have swept through here and attacked these. Reinforcements would drop as we're doing this. There will be some reinforcements on this because even I, with a proper full team, can't kill that quickly enough.
I wish I could hit it.
No, you're going to have to move him.
Nope. not red. Yep.
And look at Beavis's head. Look at the back of Beavis's head is so smooth and shiny. Right, don't end your... Now, the one thing that I don't know is how it works out target priority. I think it will go after the closest, if you can... But it has an area of effect weapon, so if you guys end your turn near each other, it might go for the double bubble play and try and hit you both. So...
Oh.
Have you not got quick step?
See.
Or have you used it already? Ah, okay.
I used
Have you got
it on
you got
last
stomp?
time.
Yeah, cool. Just jump on Beavis and then move in. Well, no, move first. That would make sense. And then, I don't know, jump. Doesn't matter if you hit me. It won't do a lot of damage. Lovely stuff. Now shoot him. He will probably fire in such a way that he gets all of us. For those of you who suffer from Demio neck, unfortunately we are not catered for yet. But I'd imagine... Yeah, there he goes. He goes for closest. Well, yeah, you can get down really low. But you could do that in Demio, and I never do. To be fair, one of the problems that Demio suffers from is when you do get down really low, there's so many walls and dungeons and bits and pieces, and like obviously because of how it is, when you do get down low, you can't fucking see anything half of the time. But in this game, no, that's what I'm getting at on Demio.
Well, if you reduce the size of your guy, you can stretch your hands out to make yourself big, or you know, bring everything in closer, or together to out and make yourself little. You know what I mean? In Demio.
You can also tilt it in Demio too.
Yeah.
Demio neck, a very real problem.
Witness the dance of demise as my swarm causes chaos.
Yep.
Queen Bee can
The honor is yours, Beavis.
Yeah.
Look at him coming in here. He's barely played it. Coming in, putting the last little lick on the boss. Move him out of range, yeah.
You can't get him. You can't get him.
Got him. Wait, stop. Kim, you had one job, waitress. Get those hooters over there and get me a cocktail. Go on, go.
Damn it.
Now, remember, the only problem with cocktails is you have to use them. No, you have to use them on your
I don't
turn.
think it's my turn.
So, no. So that we can demonstrate, do you want to just end turn, Beavis?
No.
I know the end shot is yours, but Kim has been waiting a long time to do this.
I want to do my fireball.
There you
because
go.
I'm pretty pleased with sugar on top. Thanks.
That's right, it's my turn next. I might just end him. Go to the end turn command on your wrist.
Yeah.
If it's not there, then you'll have replaced it with something. That.
Yep.
There you go, Kim. Let him have it. And me as well. Let me have it also. No. Fireball.
Cheers. Fireball. Vaughn, this is for you.
You might do, actually.
Buy it on my
Yeah, go on.
turn?
Go and buy it. Typical Texan.
You're supposed to know these things, Mr. Expert. Okay, Vaughn. Cheers. Fireball. Down the hatch.
There's another way to kill your teammates. With cocktails. So,
You can buy that.
trolls beware.
Lol.
Let's see. Yeah, so on my screen, it says credits plus bounty. It doesn't say that for you guys, does it?
Oh, no.
No, just credit.
It says bounty.
Yes!
claimed
So
by
not only do you get
overtime
extra
veterans.
credits, but you also get recognition for robbing your teammates who definitely need it a lot more than I do. To be fair, I wasn't even looking at the guy. Pew pew! I know what you're saying, Kim. You're saying, did I use 6 bullets or did I use 7? So, go on then. Next, we'll do a couple more.
The group uprisings are even worse in the summer. And the lovely pyromaniacs at Sparrow 26.
I think I counted it up the other day. What, when I did the count? You were here when I did the count, weren't you, Kim? It's like 29 levels? Or something like that. Hang on, Kim, are you whispering or has this got proximity chat? Talk? Just normally? Right, hang on. Hang on.
Hello.
It's got proximity chat. Look at that.
To myself earlier.
It's broken.
Yeah, fuck off! Oh, fine. I'll just go in the corner. I'll talk to the robot barman. Oh, he's got a little bow tie there as well. Cleaning a glass because it makes him seem more human-like. Definitely a robot. And, you know, if you were live streaming and hoping to show the multiplayer off to people, but people are taking a while, and that doesn't matter. You could just try and jump some barrels. Yes! 3 jumps and I beat K2. Easy.
Oh my guys have acid.
God damn. Ah.
They're all acid.
Well, somebody needs to take electricity. In fact, actually, we're up against a load of goops, but yeah, take it just in case they drop something as a surprise on us. Ah, it's this bloody Texan connection lobby, this is. Climbing the walls with that barrel game. Down. Damage down. So these whole HP down and damage down also have another, I suppose, function as well, is that you can kind of depower yourself, or somebody can depower themselves if the mission that you're going for is particularly easy and you want to give yourself a challenge, and at least you get rewarded for it as well. Yeah, no, that's the correct place to put him, Kim. On his side, as far away as fucking possible. Oh, stop playing with your toys.
I think
no.
what you really want is you want your
No, he's my he's my best one. He's all shiny and chrome. Go away and play with your toys over here, and I'll play with mine. Hey, Wildcat, how are you doing? Yeah, good, thanks. There, see? Perfect.
Yeah, Joe.
How you doing?
So, can anybody throw in a second character at this point? Oh, didn't. Oh, no, hang on. No. All right. Oh, hang on. Unready a second?
Oh, what the heck?
It really doesn't like you putting another character in. Beavis, unready a second, and let's see if... Unready? Unready?
Unready. Can you unready?
D ready? Press the ready button again, I guess?
How do you unready?
D
Okay, never mind. We'll try it later.
I don't have a ready button twice.
Yeah, when me and K2 were playing this, we were able to put 2 characters down each. And again, so it then means that, like, I would have said, potentially whilst you're learning the game, this could potentially be at its hardest. And so if you do have people playing it multiplayer with you, you know, you can help them out and give them that little head start if they need it. So he doesn't even know.
What's with you? What are you doing?
It won't let me add a character once I hit ready, and I guess that's it.
Not allowed. Yeah, well, it doesn't mind do that.
No.
Oh, it does now. I want to.
So it threw it like across the room when you let go.
No.
Still waiting.
Oh, you could add. Oh, okay. Host has the privilege of having the extra character. No.
Yep.
Cool. I know where my mortar rounds are going.
No.
Yeah, no, go on, put him in. By all means. No, by all means.
You go ahead.
I will mortar the piss out of it.
You target him. I know you. Here. Fine.
Again, it is nice that you can do all of these things. You could... If they allowed you to do direct fire, you could almost do a little bit of an ad hoc versus game if you really wanted to. So... And there are some levels, this is actually one of them, where we... Oh no, this isn't one of them. This is similar to one of the levels where you can all start off in different places. But in this one, that is not the case.
Okay, Beavis.
That is a thing as well, Beavis. There's plenty of times I've played the game where... yeah, it's forcing you onto that one. There's plenty of times where I've played the game and I'm like, right, I can see one. Because in later levels, they'll split your team up and then you know, into either pairs or individuals all the way across the map. And again, just another variation on the game. Right, so mortar here. Let me jump on... No.
Goop Ripper.
Alright, I'll get out there and defend everybody's honor if you will not want to take cover, and I'll put a bit of a shift in on these ones over here. Yeah.
Oh, he's got really long
like
arms.
Gorilla Mech. There you go. And one more for luck. Perfect. You put this on medium or hard? Medium then. Cool.
I didn't change anything.
Into cover and start shooting if you've got a quick step. Yeah, use your quick step to get into cover, because then you can put another shot on something and clear some of the nasty around us. Bear in mind as well, these guys are hand-to-hand combat variants, so, and they will come running at you. So it might be a good idea to get down here. I would have even preferred that model, or even this one, over that one. Look at the moxie on him. Everyone else looks like a team of ultimate badasses, except the insect queen, and just right. Yeah,
like
best character ever. Queen Bee.
I call her Queen Bee. Queen Bee.
King Cockroach.
It's a Pussifer song. Queen Bee.
Oh, I was hoping to get both of these guys at once. Oh, almost. Boo.
I haven't actually tried this. Going through the table. Can you even do this on Demio? I'm sure you could.
Yep.
There you go. So whilst it's your turn, you could hide. Right, Kim. You had one job.
Yeah.
Of course you were.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I might try a different drink.
So, snake juice, bulwark shot, electric lemonade, adios muchachos, liquid mayhem, pick me up, fireball, and iron brew. So they all do various things. Some are damaging, some are healing, some are buffs, some are debuffs.
I'm gonna try this one. Oh, check it out.
Awesome.
It's got a skull in it.
And it's only got one eyeball as well. Have you already popped the other one, have you, I assume? Nom.
I like
Don't
it.
spill it!
Okay, here we go.
Is it for us or is it for them? Oh, okay.
It's for them. I'm just gonna see something. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be so awesome. I guess I could just put it on any guy.
Oh, is that the insta-kill one? Nice.
It says.
Oh no, yeah, in a small area. You can't just buy a drink from the cocktail man and win the level. K2. Ugh. She was so ready to drop that, kill everything across the level for 100 credits and throw a yeehaw in. I could feel it. Absolutely feel it. Yeah. Hey Rob, here's something that'll never make you 30 ticks. Bam! Ha! Level complete. Yeah, so they don't seem to have much sense of preservation, these area of effect weapons. So... Wasn't it just? Again, another thing that I haven't even touched in this yet is hand-to-hand combat weaponry, and I think you can move and hit with hand-to-hand combat weaponry, so you can really can move. You can really move. Right, probably better help you guys out a little bit, hadn't I? Ooh, I'll probably just drop that. Can I get them all? No. Get those ones. And then Daka. I wasn't even going for it. Yes, bounty. Bounty. There we go. Fantastic. Right.
Take that, you fiend.
Ooh, quick battery check as well. We're actually charging faster than we're losing. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, no, they are.
The up-close
Character models are all really well done. Again, it's another one of those. It's as I keep saying though. It's like it doesn't need to be amazing graphics as long as it's clean, and then the style just comes through of it all. So
yeah.
who is it? You can buy another drink if you wanted. Just say it. I don't even know how many you can use on a turn.
What? Let's try a different one. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can only. Oh, interesting. Limit per mission 3. but mine's at 0. Yours will be at 1. Oh no, we can. No, yeah, nice one, Kim. Thank you very much for sorting the key giveaway, and we'll see about getting on this at some point and see what the issues are on the networking. But I'm pretty sure it's me. So there you go, and the legend continues. I find it very difficult to play games with my top mod. Ugh. Right, don't put that on me. What does it do?
Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're all about the
I mean,
same,
deal
right?
with the ones that are closest to us. Oh, there you go. That almost killed him. Well, he's alerted now, so
Never
woke him
mind.
up a bit.
That's good.
And so what that, again, that's another, you don't need to even interact with the cocktail bar. I very rarely have, hence why I keep forgetting. It's a nice little feature. It's not needed for a lot of the time, but if you were struggling and you did have the credits on your profile, you know, it only costs 100 per drink, which I think is incredibly cheap for what some of those drinks do. But it's just something you can choose to interact with or not, have fun with it or not, or if you're having a hard time of things or not, or at the very least you can just grab them, get the damaging ones and drop them on your mates. Because if I have a look at now, see, Kim's character has got less than 100 health, so that's interesting, isn't it, Kim?
Oh no.
Get ready, it's round 3.
Oh, shut up. You're worse than the girl. Let's go. One of them there. Good old. Who? What, this guy? What, my favourite? What? Obnoxious? No. No, it's just misunderstood. And sounds like a ponce.
I see. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, toughest hunk of metal in the game going, and yeah. Target acquired! Prepare for impact! Oh,
Damage everybody.
you got your step to get into. Oh, there you go. I was going to say, you've got the sniper rifle, haven't you? So.
Yeah, I forgot.
I am the orchestrator of oblivion.
Standard STD stream, not wrong. Not wrong, boys. How you doing, mate? But yeah.
Oh, hey, boys. It's K2.
So I got a couple of them playing the multiplayer with us. Even he sounds a bit stupid. But yeah. I don't know, at least he's trying to say cool things. He's trying to act cool.
Arnold.
Spot the Demio player. Like this every time. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I mean, you could just press the joystick.
Yeah.
Just okay. I'll go back to my spot.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
That's you. That is. More goops.
Look out!
More
Be the
goops are coming.
Punisher
Look out.
in-
Right. Let's
More goops.
I knew you'd say that.
That.
There. If I move up to here, and then try and rescue Kim.
Oh, I didn't see that guy sneaking up behind.
Jump on these ones. Bam. And then
Oh.
the
Oof.
old Battlefront mods for contractors. Nice.
That's crazy.
I still want to take a look at Iron Battalion. I'm trying to. There's too many games. Got too much Shogun to do. Yeah, is it yeah, it is Rebellion, not Battalion. That's a different game.
Okay. Yeah, it is awesome. I spent like at least 10
Yeah,
hours
the thing is, they've improved all the right bits and pieces about it as well. I think because I remember the game having okay battlefields and everything else was good. And now they've just upped the interest of the field of battle and made the maps a little bit more involving and added new classes as well, which is great.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And added, I guess, more shields so
Yeah.
the battles take a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's what I am. That's what Poise was saying to me the other day. Is that the game's got no progression, so yeah, I can see that. I mean, on the one hand, that means that everybody has everything unlocked from the start, or when they've, I guess, unlocked it in the single player or something, which then kind of evens the playing field in a multiplayer. But we've had plenty of games where it's like, no, you need to start off on this mech and you need to, I don't know, win a match with this mech before you unlock the next one. And then at least you learn the capabilities of all the mechs on the way up, as opposed to doing what I usually do in those games and going, heavy mech, I'm just going to play as the heavy mech. But it can put turrets down. One of them can put turrets down, the other one can put shields down. That is me to a T.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't care if I'm slow as long as I've got massive weaponry.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Their support, yeah. Yeah, it's support characters really is what they are.
Right.
Shot him right in the butt.
And they have that like kind of horde mode campaign coming, and then they have a mod. Like if you load up the beta, you can play some of the mod maps that are being.
Oh, well, they've got modding support on that, have they? Awesome. Stealth and a howitzer, perfect combination.
I just want to see somebody in the mods, put in some Gundams.
See, with a game like that though, the problem with doing stuff like that is you might end up messing up hitboxes or the visuals, and then that confusing the hitbox. For a game like that, oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, but you didn't get that bounty, did you? That's the problem. Plenty of drinks, plenty of shots, got the end kill, but you didn't get that bounty. I wasn't even looking for it either. Yeah, no worries, dude.
I'm gonna have to call it. That was fun, getting to learn a little bit more of the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, as I said,
some of the stuff I haven't seen.
it just ramps up though. There's just more and more and more, and it is done. I think part of the problem potentially is it's done on a little bit too slow a pace, but yeah, yeah.
It is kind of slow.
Yeah, no, it can do. And if you've got somebody, I was going to say, if you've got someone who's put a bit of time in and has like leveled up a few bits and pieces, you can, I suppose there is an advantage to dragging people through some of the earlier stuff so that you can see the later stuff and see the better stuff, but yeah. Cool. Nice one, dude. Thanks for jumping in.
Pleasure as usual. See you.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, go.
Okay, I'm close.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do another one? Yes, as I said, as I've said, boys, is it Demio? No. Is it trying to be Demio? No. It is simpler in some regards than Demio, but then it does have a different kind of complexity into it. In that it's, and I've played games like this before where there's a decent enough combat mechanic going on. There's plenty to think about, but the nuts and bolts of this game is team composition, and that is not just the single player, it's team composition across your roster. And remember, you can only take 4 of these guys, and you can't duplicate any of them either. However, in the multiplayer, you can take the same guys as each other, so you could have all 4 of you playing as, I don't know, the brawler mech, and have a team of juggernauts going out there, which then makes the multiplayer a little bit unique in that regard as well. Yeah, the other, I suppose, the barrier to entry. I mean, I didn't have too much of a problem with Demio because I was there I was playing that game from the start. But these days, with all the different maps, all the different characters, the additional mechanics, and all the bits and pieces that are added, have they updated the tutorial on that one at all, Kim? On Demio, yeah, you don't go on the tutorial, but I would imagine they have.
I'll never look at the tutorial.
But Demio, I can see being a bit of an intimidating game because you're coming in late, where there's loads of characters and loads of maps. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. The beauty. Oh no, of course there is. The beauty of it though is if you just have one player. I don't know. And people either have played Demio to death or they haven't played Demio at all. There's never an in-between. There's never anybody who's like, oh, yeah, I've played Demio a little bit. I don't really know what I'm doing. You either know what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing. And those that do know what they're doing are very happy to help those who don't. So. Right? Anyone hear that, chat?
I'll play Demio with anybody.
So. That's right. What was...
Within reason.
Well, no, of course. I had his name up on here. I can't remember what his name was. Like Trapper Dad or something. I'll get Trapper Dad to come play some Demio with you, shall I? Yeah.
Yes.
Trapper Dad. Yeah. Play 7. Pop it up to hard.
7?
We'll put 2 characters on the board each. Yeah.
7B. Hard. Okay, here we go.
You'd think a bioweapons manufacturer like
Shut up.
Max would have bigger
No.
problems than
I've heard it a million times before.
But
No, thank you. Right. Oh, nope, that's your characters. HP down, damage down, raise that multiplier, more rewards, all in, more rewards. I'll take my hard light, guys. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, there we go. Hard light. Hard light. What are we dealing with? Armor plating. Oh, god damn, of course we're dealing with armor plating. I think some of my guys are set up with acid. Maybe. Primary, secondary. And... let's have a look. Primary, secondary. Cool. Good. So this is what I've done with my setup as well. I find the hard light characters really good. They already start off with barrier, and then you can push their passives to give yourself even more barrier. And all of these things are levelable up as well. What did I go for? Second, refined spitter, and that's refined bolt lance. So, for instance, if I wanted to level up the spitter, I can go for a grand slime spitter, but I can't do that because I haven't got any cells. And as you play through the game, you'll get nanochips on your first lot of levels. Then the further you get, you'll get chemicals, and then the further again you get, you'll get cells. So the one thing that I will say is, even though in the multiplayer and when you get a decent team composition in the single player, the games are pretty quick fire. You will find yourself doing a lot. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's so the one thing that I will say again about the skill tree, for and against, I suppose, is at first look, it looks like there's loads and loads of here to know and master and learn. A lot of the weaponry is the same as each other, it's just different properties. So the weaponry here has swarm properties, the weaponry here has flame properties. These are just physical. These have acid properties, and these have energy properties. But then there are things, and I am happy to see that each gun is modelled differently. So even though the swarm sprayer, which is the swarm equivalent of my minigun, is the same minigun, they haven't just coloured it in green. It's a completely different model. Whereas the flamethrower one, again, they're similar, but they're different enough so that they've got something a little bit... Oh, actually, no, that's a bad example. Those ones are maybe just colour changes. The miniguns are, but a lot of the other ones, like, for instance, the refined sniper rifle, which is the damage-dealing one, looks different to the adder, which is the acid one, which again looks different to the bolt lance, which is the shock one. And again, I don't know if it matters to anybody else, but it matters to me that your character looks cool and you get that feeling of progression. Cool, hang on.
Okay, let's go.
I wouldn't say it's a kick in the teeth, boys. It's a great little game, that one. From what I've seen of it so far, but I think I only just played the first demo level. I liked it. I'm waiting for the full release myself. Oh, talking about Grimlord.
What game is this?
Souls-like.
Oh.
I was having a little chat with Burnt Pam, one of the Dungeons of Eternity guys, and we were having a discussion about sandbox games and sandbox modes. Yeah, it's alright. I'll teach him. I'll show him the way. No, so should have some plans with Burnt Pan, or JJ as he is now on his channel, for some things for us to do for the good old Dungeons of Eternity in the future. That's all right. No, it's fine. Don't you worry. You take your time after telling me to hurry the fuck up. Yeah, it's fine. You are.
Thank you.
You are. So I'll wait
Well,
on
I am
you.
in control, so you know.
Right. Thankfully, all of these guys are equipped with armor-dealing weaponry, and I didn't know we were going on this mission, but... So, again, you can see quite a big change in how this map works now as well. We've got pedestals to jump to and from, which can make the paths a lot more confusing, let me tell you. Right, can we jump straight up here? Yes, we can. Right, let's put some work in. Bam! Isn't it just? Let's see if I can not get my ass handed to me by this Merc Devastator. Good. And then another one. Yep. Don't think we're going to be able to finish him. Oh, this one's got flame jump. So we'll jump into there. Let's get that one dealt with. And then just because I've got a lot of barrier... Malicious... Malicious compliance. I'll put some damage on one of yours, Kim. There you go, that stripped him of his armour, so you should be alright. What we doing? Eliminate all enemies. Yeah, it could do, yeah. I mean, kill what you can. I'm just putting a bit of damage over your side of the board so that you don't get swarmed. Use your quick step first. Or jump on him.
Hit him anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on... I can't jump on this one. I can jump on this one, though.
I would potentially advise as well using your quick step. Can you get your quick step over here, or is that blocking you? Okay.
Yeah, I can get it over here.
Yeah, what I was going to say is if you quick step over here, get her out of the way, you can jump on that one, kill it, and then just deal with these ones around here. Save us taking any damage from the backboards.
Oh, okay. Okay. And how much is this one here?
Lovely stuff. Oh, of course. 1 damage. No! Not that one. No, not that one, Kim. Can't kill that one. Can't kill that one.
Come on.
Kill that one instead. Jump on that one. Don't kill this one, though. Not this one. Don't kill that one. What's the bounty target? I've got the bounty so far every time. I want bounty!
Oh, no, screw you. I want
She
a bounty.
want bounty? Oh, there you go. Ugh.
I want a bounty.
Does it feel good, Kim? Yeah, sure it does. Yeah, jump on that guy to finish him off. And then... There we go. So me and Kim have played a little bit together. I think you'd done like the first couple of levels or whatnot. And then I just did some levels with her that she'd already done, but in the harder settings. Just to give her a bit of a rank up in cash balance, get a couple of characters unlocked. So... I figured, well, no, I didn't figure. I suppose it was a little bit of redundancy. I thought Beavis had played it a fair amount, but he hadn't played it much, and neither had Von. So they were both kind of the same. And then I've played it a fair bit to show off the power end. And then Kim's probably somewhere in the middle, and he just started playing, but has been, had a bits and pieces done. Ha! Nothing can get through our shields. Wouldn't it be funny if we did fail and I lose half my shit? That'd be bollocks, wouldn't it? No, I've got a lot of shit to lose. Let's not do that, yeah?
Ready for action? It's round 2.
Could happen though. Could happen. These are not easy guys.
I sure wish she had some barrier.
Yeah, it's not far off. You've got regen on your guys, haven't you? I got to deal with this dude. Right, so try not to alert anything else for now. Right, if I can kill that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, the beetles can't do much to me. I mean, they are doing damage, but they're chomping through my barrier pretty quick. Yeah, no, that'll do the trick.
How about a frag grenade that gets all 3 of those guys?
Yeah, frag grenades. Frag grenades can be huge. They, as you level them up as well, not only do they do more damage, but they become, more powerful. Sorry, not only do they do more damage and become more powerful, but they do get, some of the things do get bigger radiuses. A lot of the cooldowns, like for instance, I think you've got quick step to level 2. So the cooldown on your quick step is 3 turns, whereas the cooldown on mine is 2 now. And like my leaps can go further because they're leveled up. They do more damage, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, see, this is the combination that I told Kim to push into, is she's gone for barrier and health regen, which then means that the barrier takes the vast majority of the damage, and then what health she does lose usually gets regenerated, and a barrier comes back as well. And that barrier can just allow you to not lose too much health at a time, and then you just regen it at the end of the turn. If there's any firepower you can put across on these sump beetles, or the... don't know if you can reach... the sniper's quite an easy target if you can do 20 damage with one of your snipes. I've taken a hell of a lot of damage here. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's fine. That gives me less to... yeah, no, that's cool.
Get the beetle with the zap grenade.
Good shock. Ow. Ow. No, the guy's shooting me. And I don't think these guys do much. No damage. No damage. Haha, no damage. Good. Good old barrier. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the beetles are literally no threat because of the amount of barrier that I've got. So I'm going to see about taking everything else out at this point. So we'll get him out of the way because he is doing damage. And then let's... oh, I could. So here's a thing so I don't get embarrassed. We'll move there. I'll go get a drink. He'll pick me up, restore 100 health to targets in a small area. That does include enemies. Thank you very much. And the thing is, the drinks, you can't see the radius of them. But I think if I go there... oh, there you go. It's healed everybody. Brilliant. Oh, well, it doesn't matter about the bugs. They can't... they're basically non-combative as long as there's not too many of them because they cannot get through my barrier. So... but still, shoot them, though. Shoot them, Kim. Shoot them. Right. Spitter for... how much is this doing? 5 times 5, 25. How much have you got left? Show me. 28 cores. What's this do? That is 75. Okay, so if we put one of those there, strip him of his armor, and then we'll chuck a nade, danger close. There. Perfect. But yeah, it is... I mean, it's XCOM in the... oh, yeah. It's as much XCOM in the XCOM's gunplay and, you know, Demio is sword and sorcery and the fantasy setting. It doesn't have... pretty close, but if you shoot this guy, we don't need to worry too much about Devastators because they've got short range. The weaponry hurts, but it's very short ranged. So just snipe the bugs. That'll alert everybody and they'll start moving towards us and we should have this then. So, but yeah, there's no percentage to hit. It's like Demio. You point at a thing, you shoot a thing. There's no chance involved with your shots. But that doesn't mean that there's not at least a small tactical layer to it in that, you know, Kim's hit that guy with an acid weapon to reduce his armor so that she can do more damage over time. And you can have team compositions, if you play in single player, where you can compose your team to deal with all scenarios. In the early game, you are better off composing your team to deal with the mission. And then in the multiplayer, it kind of changes again. You have to discuss, like, we almost went into a level... oh, no, we did go into a level where nobody had anything for taking down shields. Thankfully, one of my guys' special ability, jumping up and down, did that, so... but there you go. That stopped a streamer getting embarrassed in a game where he's like, oh yeah, just put it on hard, I'll go all in. And, you know, I don't want to lose half my shit either. And so I was able to go to the cocktail bar and heal. So there you go. And it only cost me 100 credits. Happy days.
Why can't I use that? Okay.
I tell you one advantage of you being here, Kim. I don't have anyone moaning about my camera work. Just saying.
There's only one advantage.
No, I do appreciate it as it happens. I always want it to be a good viewing experience.
I can't do anything to this other guy.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The bug will come towards you, and I think it'll be out of range.
I can't.
And we just got these 4 enemies to deal with.
Oh shoot.
From about 4 years old, boys. Right. Oh. No. I haven't got quick step. Damn it. Let's see if I can go. Try and not damage Kim with this. There we go. And then, what's he? He's got armor, hasn't he? Ah, I'm out of range. Never mind. So this is ineffective, but because I've got really long range, range is kind of key. Oh, no, I can't get him. Right, I will. Oh, no, I'm not alerting him either. Nope, that is not worth me taking a turn for then. I will skip. Because I don't want to alert that guy until we're ready. And then I'll do the same with this dude. There. Got my jump. I'll go and sort those 2 bugs out over there. Main range, no. And no line of sight either. Cool, I'll end that as well. Nice quick and professional turn there from Silver Tongue Devil, doing fucking nothing. Except advancing the board. Your hard-light guy looks like Skeletor from the back.
Yeah.
Just take the bug. Yeah, just move and take the bug out, and then we'll rally up on the... Don't... Oh, no, too late. Never mind. I was going to say don't go too close because you might activate him, but we're fine. We can outrange this dude, so... Have you got line of sight there with him or not?
No.
Well, I mean, there is a game that I'm playing a lot of, boys, that has exactly been done there and ported. I'm surprised more games haven't been ported. I'm not trying to say that Shogun's Empire is a game that I'd imagine a lot of people have heard about or is considered a classic, but as you saw from my 6-hour live stream the other day, that one's a great one that's been ported across. Really good little game, right up my street. Oh, I actually found out with that one as well that it's. I did some further testing with the streaming setup that I use for all things, and for some reason that game does not like the MetaQuest developer HUD. And yeah, that's really strange because the MetaQuest developer hub is what all MetaQuest developers use to work on. So the fact that it doesn't work, and it's only a very specific mode as well. So the one problem that gives us when I'm playing Shogun is that the view will look very zoomed in, which I'm not a fan of, but I don't know, it just means I need to concentrate a little bit on the camera work. My specialty, right, Kim? Where are they? Oh, down the end there. Cool. I got him. I got him. Oh, I've got extra action points. I almost forgot. I'll finish off that one. I won't be finishing off that one. You can finish off that one. I'll just keep shooting for days. So that's the special ability that I've upgraded. I can end my turn and it carries over both of my action points. So I then have 4 action points to use. La-dee-da. We'll use 1 to move. Watch him not be able to shoot from here. That'd be really annoying. Oh, good. Come on, Poise. I'm a man. I don't do that. Oh, when you get down the pub, tell Jim that I said hi. I don't do that, Poise. She assumes that you said hi. It's fine. Yeah, sorry, ladies. Possibly shock, possibly no shock. When you ask us to say hi to somebody whilst we're out, we don't do it. We don't. I know girls do that. Blokes don't do that. That's right, we've been getting cocktails all night. Ooh! Ah, no, he's got more than 100 health, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. Oh, we've still got that guy to deal with as well. Yeah, if he isn't alerted yet, don't shoot him. Go after the... go back and around and after the beetle. I'll cap this fool. Ah, more bugs. Ah, more bugs. Another one.
Oh, another fucking beetle.
Little bit. Little bit. I can't go. I have to go all the way around. Actually, can I hit him from here with that? Yes, I can. Yeah, being effective though. So this would be the problem. I've got an energy weapon, and if I fire, and it's a sniper, so I've got the range on him. I can shoot at him, but of course, because he has armor, the energy weapon will do very little damage, and it won't take much of his armor off. This is where the acid weaponry comes in. You've got it, yeah. Yeah, you've got acid. I've got shorter ranged acid weapons, so that's another kind of tip that I would have for this is if you can reduce their shields as they're advancing towards you, i.e. with something like an energy sniper rifle, and then have the one for stripping armor as your secondary that's multi-hit and shorter ranged, that combination has served me very well so far. Oh, I can help you out over here though. It's not going to be stupidly effective, but it should allow you to... Oh, it might get him. Might get him. I could be checking for exactly how much damage each of these does, but I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah.
Right, can I jump over to there? No, I can't use that yet. Right, let me finish this guy off. Oh, he's moved.
So I don't understand why when I look at my card at how much damage a weapon does, and it shows me that it does.
Yeah, so that'll be the effects. That'll be the effects of armor and the effects of barrier coming into play. Like, you know, that weapon was supposed to do 25 against this, but instead it stripped him of his armor and did 15. Next shot it'll do 25. But yeah, armor stops a hell of a lot of damage, and if you're not equipped for that with the right tools. Oh, I've got another. How have I got? Oh yeah, quick stepped. Cool. He's dead. He's not dead. I know that's 25 or 20 rather. I mean, the other thing to note as well, did you put your damage down and your health down things? The boxes at the start. I did, and it still shows the weapon as it, but it isn't calculated. So that'll be it as well. That'll be it as
Oh,
well.
yes, I did.
To be fair, I thought it actually updated, but it looks like it doesn't.
I totally
So.
forgot about that. Okay.
But again, I kind of like that because if you've forgotten, that could get you into a lot of hot water and bother quite quickly. Always fun to have controversy in your multiplayer games.
Shoot. Can I go down?
You might do.
Am I gonna
But we're going to alert him
like
eventually,
above
so...
there? Am I gonna alert him?
He just... The only problem with him is he does a lot of hits, but they're low damaging.
Well,
Can you jump down there on him?
Well, I
Or
just
is you
can't
jump on
because
cooldown?
there's this beetle over here. I don't think so.
That's fine. Go round. If you alert him, you alert him. I'll be
No,
closing in on him in a
but
minute.
It doesn't.
To be fair, I need him to kind of get closer anyway, because I've got to go all the way around or jump across. But I don't think my jump's ready yet. Let's see. No. So you must have a very short alert radius. Yeah, I was always a fan of split screen. Here's a question for you, boys. Is screen looking cheating or not? I have a friend. Most of my friends are like, you screen looking piece of shit, you cheating, I can tell you screen looking, blah 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 blah. I have one friend who's like, why would they put screen looking in if you weren't allowed to screen look? It's like, come on, man. It's the limit of the technology of the day. Of course it's fucking cheating. Of course it's bloody cheating. Oh, no, I'm on that one, aren't I? That's why. Right, I can't leap across. I haven't got the gazinga for it. I'll go round. Try not to jump on you. There we go. Yeah, but that's the problem. That's the problem, isn't it? You try not to, but the temptation is always there. Right, I'm not going to shoot him yet. I'll save my action points for next turn. Right, can I get a grenade in on those two? That'll kill them. Yes. Lovely stuff. Bam. Not yet. Not yet. Let me get a bit closer. Finish the bug up.
Do you want me to shoot him with my acid yet?
Let me get a bit closer because we should be able to. Well, yeah. Well, then you deal with that. You've got the tech and you've got the angle on him to keep that under control, and then I'll be able to kill him. Teamwork, Kim, makes the dream work. You're doing a valuable job of crushing bugs over there. I mean, you probably only need one character to do that, so if you can advance the other character a bit closer, that'd be nice. Yeah, the way that we used to do things like that, boys, is GoldenEye and Perfect Dark is a classic example. What we used to do is we used to play GoldenEye and Perfect Dark on -10 health. One shot kills was all well and good, but -10 health meant that, like, you know, you didn't die for a shot to the arm or the hand or the leg. It had to be like chest or headshot, so you had to be accurate. So that's why we didn't. I know you can play on one-hit kills, and a lot of people are like, why don't you play on one-hit kills? What we also used to do as well is we used to get a splitter, and we used to run the aerial cable from the N64 into a splitter, and then from the splitter into another television, so that we had both GoldenEye screens on both televisions. Then we would face back to back so that nobody could look at each other's screens, and then we would use a piece of cardboard to cover the other team's screen so we could screen look each other, but we were allies, and then we used to do the same on ours. And it just, I didn't realize, but we was playing like online multiplayer before it was a thing. So Just seemed right to me. Good old days indeed. Can I move up now? Yes, I can. There we go.
It's your turn. Come on.
Right, I'm in range with the old acid rifle. I'll start opening up on this guy, because he's going to have to move around anyway, so that did not do a lot of damage, but I've got lots of shots. So that should strip him of his armor. Good stuff. And then I can do 48 or 36. I might as well zap him now his armor's gone. Good. And then if I can go to there. And can I jump across? Kinda. Whee! Boom! Looks cool. If only they did a superhero landing. I feel like that needs a superhero landing. And then I might have enough action points to finish him off. Nope. On you, Kim. Do us proud. Oh, if you got, hang on, if you got your quick step.
Oh, I wonder if I can jump.
Yeah, then after games like that on the N64, we then were playing games like Command and Conquer and Command and Conquer Red Alert and the Dune that was on the original PlayStation 1, and we used the link cable then, and then of course we had the TVs, you know, at other ends of the room so that we couldn't split screen, couldn't look at each other. And one of the thing that was always cool about that as well is, if anyone's played Command and Conquer, you'll know what I'm talking about here, with the APC engineer rushes and APC commando rushes and stuff like that. It should it now? Oh, I'm sorry, I just skipped that screen. Sorry, Kim, sorry. I did. I was trying to stop her talking because I was talking to Poise. But yeah, what we used to do is you would always know when your opponent, who was on the link cable, was going for some sort of unique strategy, because all of a sudden they would mute their TV so that you couldn't hear Titania, Titania, wanna dance, wanna dance. Oh, I never played that one actually, Poise. No, I didn't. I didn't play War of the Worlds. I didn't realise there was even a real-time strategy game of that. So, but yeah, right. 11:30. I think that'll do us. I think people have got to see enough. Well, I'm gonna have to edit some of this out as well. Try and edit not all of Von out, but the kind of the bits and pieces of Fel, just to try and link it up a bit. Right. Nice one, Kim. The killer needs food. She does eat. It isn't just 7 shooters and cocktails and in Kim's world. No. Fireballs and 7 shooters. Right. Nice one. Cheers, Kim. See you later.
Fireballs and zap.
They said bye.
Bye, everyone.
Ah, dear. So, let's round this one off, shall we? So, it's a nice little multiplayer game. It's a nice little single-player game. Is this going to have the depth and the strategy and as much bits and pieces going on in something like Demio, or some of those, like, I wouldn't consider Demio really, really highbrow, but there is quite a barrier to entry to Demio. There's a lot going on in that game. There's a lot of complexities, and it doesn't have that drop-in, drop-out that this does. Where this fits in, I think, has a decent level of tactics and strategy. As I said, a lot of it is in the team composition, and if you enjoy building that perfect team that can take on anything, or specifically building it for a certain scenario and then going through. I can't speak too much because I haven't seen any of the later levels, and initially the levels are quite simplistic, and then in that mid game they're starting to be a little bit more than just kill everything. I know the last one was just kill everything, but they're starting to be a little bit more than, like, you know, you've got a boss to defeat, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, there's time pressure, you have to kill a specific enemy, and I would imagine that'll keep ramping up because I'm only about halfway through the levels at the moment, and I've already put a good, I don't know, 15-20 hours into this game. Where this game fits is, we've all been there on Demio, as I keep saying, you know, and it's the only thing that I can really compare it against because of the multiplayer element, the cooperative, and the single player element. This has a lot of progression in it. There's, you know, things to do between everything. There's a full-on campaign as opposed to just dungeon instances, so it's got that over Demio as well. And the other thing, as I spoke about previously, I know there's a save feature on Demio, but come on. Who uses the save feature on Demio? If you're going in for a game of Demio, you're going in all the way. And you're going to play from start to finish. Or if you're like me, you do. It's quite compelling. And if you don't, you then go back to a saved file that you've got of a multiplayer that you did months ago. And you can't remember what you were doing, where you were, or what was going on. This fits in on that. Well, I want to play something tabletop-y, and I wouldn't mind playing it with friends if they're available, but I haven't got 4 hours, or 3 hours if you're quick. My games are never quick. They're usually 4 to 5 hours. I wonder why. This fits in with those little, or it can fit in with those little drop-in and plays, those little quick blasts of getting a little bit of a board game off, or having, you know, an hour or two with friends playing these sort of games. And as I've found out tonight as well, because I haven't played this in multiplayer, or I played it a little bit with Kim, is when you've got multiple people in, there is at least an element of teamwork where you're having to set up and balance your team to make sure that you are going in, especially on those harder levels, going in with the different things. One thing I would really like to see from this, and K2's of a similar ilk as well, is I'd like to see multiple profiles so that you could have a profile which you all level up from scratch together, and that would be a different experience again, because my experience so far is I've been overpowered and kind of dragging everyone along with me, and that's fine if they want to do that, but when you've learned, it would be nice to be able to return to that base level and go through it again, knowing what you know and seeing how well you can do. The game doesn't have that facility at the moment, but profiles is hopefully something they will add. It's not like you can't do it. You can reset your progress, but you could put a lot of hours into this. And yeah, that's a lot of progress to reset. I'm also happy to see this as well. I don't know when I unlocked that or when that came in. It was probably when I was blazing through all of this and unlocking bits and pieces. But now I've got even more. You know, it's just the same sort of weaponry, but there are some that I think have additional effects. And then it's just more specialization. These are your equivalents of legendary weapons. If you like your OP fantasy, this game has you covered. If you want to play the underdog, you can kind of do that by putting the team composition in. So there is a lot that you can do with this. More variety, more stuff like Demio, but different from Demio. I like the setting, I like the styling of it, and it, as I said, graphics wise, it's nice and clean and tidy. Any problems that we've had with the online side of things tonight, it might be that the game can't handle 4-player at the moment, but I doubt it. I think that's more to do with me and the ravishing Von. But anyway, you know, she shouldn't really be here playing games. She's given the keys out, guys and gals. You know, if she wasn't there, then there'd be no one to do it. And on that Von bombshell, we shall indeed end it there. This has been the awesome Little Neon Squad Tactics. We've been playing natively on the Quest 3. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.